Last week on the We Are Wrestling podcast, Rage had to vacate the We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship.
Easy way to say it, but I'm going to be heading out for a while. I don't know how long. I never thought I'd be one of these people already. Like, I didn't think that a podcast would ever have somebody relinquishing a title before the reign was even over. But I am no longer your We Are Wrestling champion, and you will have a guaranteed new champion come Saturday. I don't know how long this thing is going to be, but I'll see you when I get back, whenever that is.
This title means you're the best. If you want to be champion, you got to know what you're talking about. This week on a special We Are Wrestling podcast Survivor Series War Games 2025 predictions, we have 3 challengers going for the Predictions Championship. The stakes have never been higher. Best one, Donnie. The host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself. That's what he claims to be. I am the listener tonight! First ever We Are Wrestling champion. He's not afraid to share his opinion, whether it's popular or not. Will that cold, hard truth help him capture his second We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship? All right, well, the champ will take over here. I'll let you shine my belt before Wednesday. Daddy Huckins, the one who wakes up thinking about wrestling all day long, arguing with the trolls in the IWC. Watches the weekly shows every week live on his YouTube channel, Daddy Huckins PW. All those hours watching the full shows. Will it pay off? Will he win his first We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship? And there is the new guy, Dan Eddy, who's also a former We Are Wrestling Predictions champion. He's got a lot to prove. There's no better way of proving yourself than winning the We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship. I hope you're ready for an interesting episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Yo, listen, this is the best wrestler alive, Platinum Max, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Nunzio, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and you're watching We Are Wrestling podcast.
We Are Wrestling podcast. Check them out, man.
Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie might teach you a thing or two.
Wrestling. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Featuring your host, Best One Dog, Danny Hawkins, Ring Service, and Dan Eddy. We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on, everybody, man? 1/3 or 4th of the We Are Wrestling podcast, man. Better storytelling right here on the podcast than both WWE and AEW combined. And I also got my brother from another mother over here. Dan Eddy, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing well. Dude, that video package, Donnie, got me hyped up. So I put my shades on, and then we started live, and then I see you guys. So you guys are copycats. Just saying. But no, I got pumped up for that. I'm excited for these predictions. I'm excited to get through the Survivor Series. Not only the one this weekend, but that we watched back for the Getting Put Over segment. And I'm just ready to get talking wrestling, man. What's going on, man?
Oh, yeah, we have a stacked episode. And before we do the normal intro, we got to give shout outs to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs that are here live on a Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys did enjoy that video package. Reason why we are running a little late here on the show, which we did make the list for being late. What's going on, Alex Johnson? Omar putting over the video package. Appreciate that. We got Rosemary in the live chat. Oh, hi. Oh, I love wrestling. Well, you're at the right place because we love wrestling here on the We Are Wrestling podcast. We Are Wrestling member Bradley. What's going on? Josh Toy Show. What's
Josh,
up, Donnie?
what's going on,
Danny
Brad?
and Dan
Hi,
Eddy.
Bradley.
And we got the triple D's in here. That's right. The 3 D's. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac, get ready and you're listening to this episode wherever you get your podcast. Leave us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download this episode and all the other episodes. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac, get ready over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers. We recommend you to hit that subscribe button now. Turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know the grind is real.
Yeah, that's my guy right there, Team Eric.
And what week is it this week?
Thanksgiving week.
That's right. It's the holidays. And we're getting pretty close to Christmas. So if you guys want to get yourself a Grind is Real shirt, it's official. It is down in the links below. Makes the perfect Christmas gift. That's right. We got another We Are Wrestling member in the live chat. We got Angelo. What's up? Eric in the live chat. Team Dan for the predictions win. Which Danny? We got Danny and Dan. Which one are we going with?
He's talking about me, bro. It's all good.
Oh, we're going to get into all that, Nate. Oh, yeah. This is what this whole episode is all about. Because you'd already know, if you are a viewer and a listener of the pod, you guys know firsthand, we don't like to just say, all right, we got this person winning, next. We like to actually analyze it. We like to critique it. We like to talk about the story building up to the match and all of the good stuff. And last week on the show, we did tell you guys for our Getting Put Over segment, we're going to be putting over Survivor Series 2005. So we really hope you guys did take the time to watch the show because all 3 of us, the 3 Ds, we all watched it. And yeah, we're going to be reviewing it and talking about it here on the show. And there's lots of good things we're going to be talking about this week. We got our Power of the Poll Survivor Series edition. And also going to talk about some little news because yesterday I did a whole podcast extra talking about some additional stuff. So I want to hear their thoughts on it. But we have a very stacked episode for you guys. And I hope that video package really hyped everything up, which I got to ask you guys, how excited are you for Survivor Series this weekend?
I'm pretty excited. I don't know if I'm as excited as I should be for the actual show. I'm excited to stream and hang out in my community and make content or whatever. I have a little bit of excitement for Survivor Series, the actual show or whatever. But I don't know if I'm as excited as I probably should be. I don't know if WWE really put a lot into the build heading into the show, if that makes sense.
I am in the middle. I feel like they did do an okay job with certain matches, but other ones I could pass on. And I think every single person in here can agree on the one match that we could all pass on. And I don't even have to say the match name. I'll probably wait to say the match name when we get to the actual predictions itself.
Yeah.
I think the build-up itself was pretty okay. They could have done a better job, obviously. I think what hurt them was the Seth Rollins injury. So they kind of had to fill in the 4th or 5th member or whatever. For some reason, Logan Paul is in there. I don't know why. And then Drew McIntyre made a lot of sense.
You want to know why? Because Logan Paul brings WWE some of their biggest moments on PLE.
Yeah, that's viral.
It's true. That's true. He has a big viral.
His big splash that he filmed on Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia.
Yep. More clicks, more money.
Him flipping on the rope and then doing a moonsault to the outside at SummerSlam.
I still don't think
regardless of what people want to say, bro, like Logan Paul is put in this match for that big viral social media moment.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think you can really top the spot with him and Ricochet, which I don't know.
That was a sick spot in the Rumble.
I forgot which PLE it was.
But
Was it Rumble? Okay.
But I do think, but I do think,
because then people are going to speculate that Logan Paul is going to go to AEW after his WWE contract is up.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
nah,
but I
just won the national
going back
champion.
to the question. I think the build-up was
real quick.
pretty
What
okay.
I was gonna say though was I think what Dan Eddy's trying to say, Daddy, is wow. I lost my train of thought. Holy shit. Well, I think what he's trying to say is he's okay with Logan Paul being in the match. He just doesn't understand.
I don't understand the storyline base because a lot of times the War Games, they kind of have the connections with each member, whether it's the men's or the women's War Games. With the Logan Paul aspect of it, that part I don't get, but I do agree with you, Danny, with the whole splash viral moment, getting all the millions of clicks on YouTube. TKA is petty as fuck, or TKO, I should say, is petty as fuck. So they're gonna get all
technically
money.
You can look at that. You can look at the stories that Logan Paul has had with like Roman Reigns and the Bloodline in the past, and like I said, their match in Saudi Arabia. You can kind of look at that and be like,
that was his third match
ever. Paul Heyman and Logan Paul do have a story.
Yeah, that was third match ever with Roman Reigns.
After seeing that match with Logan Paul against Roman Reigns, which I still say to this day it's probably the best match that has ever taken place in Saudi Arabia. You can even look at that and be like, after that, Paul Heyman knew what kind of performer this guy is, and that's why he wanted him on their team.
Oh, man, just got to give a huge shout out to the Maniacs right now because we are 30 people here in the live episode of the pod this week. Keep those numbers going up. We appreciate all of you guys, which I do want to read some of the Maniacs' takes on this year. Be a miracle if the show is actually good. Angelo. I think this is my least favorite build of a WWE PLE this year. I'm not excited for any match except for the concept of War Games, but WWE don't do it justice. I can agree to that. If you watch AEW's Blood and Guts matches, I think that's what he's trying to refer to, and I do agree because I feel like if you're having a steel cage match, Hell in the Cell, or even War Games, Elimination Chamber, there's got to be color. We need color.
I think as far as when we were watching the 2005 Survivor Series, I do think the old concept, like the 5 versus 5, and then you get eliminated. I do like that concept better than this War Games, but
I don't.
I do miss tradition Survivor Series, but I get why they're trying to get away from it because they did it for over 30 years.
The issue with it too is you need so much build-up.
King Russell, what's going on, man? Welcome to the live
King Russell
Wrestling Pod.
Appreciate you stopping by, my guy. I don't like the elimination style, because I feel like if you're gonna have the traditional Survivor Series elimination match, you have to have some kind of stakes, to it, and it can't be like, oh, you get bragging rights or this and that, you know what I mean? This has a better concept because it's just guys that have issues with each other going to fucking war inside of a cage. And when you really think about it, everybody in the men's War Games has a story with each other. Cody and Logan have a story. Roman and Cody have a story. Bronson Reed and Roman have a story. Logan Paul and CM Punk have a story because don't forget, Logan Paul is the one that eliminated him from the Royal Rumble. Everybody in this match has a story and is intertwined with each other. You know what I mean?
Usos have been going at it with the Vision, CM Punk, Roman Reigns.
Literally,
and even getting Brock Lesnar involved too makes things even more interesting.
Because Brock Lesnar has history with Roman and
Cody.
And you add Paul Heyman in the mix. He has history with Brock Lesnar, Roman, Cody.
Man, Paul Heyman's got history with everybody in this match.
I'm saying
in some way.
Best manager of all time.
When you break down the men's War Games match, this match is the one match I really am looking forward to because it all is just one giant story. Everybody,
they have wasted
some kind of time with each other.
I agree with you, Angelo, on that.
They have.
I have a very different highlight of the week than usual. Oh, we'll get into that in just a moment. But I want to answer this question by Angelo. He wrote this in the chat earlier, and he's a We Are
The
Wrestling
chat.
member. We got to prioritize it. And this is a great question to you guys. Who do you have in the finals of the Cena tournament? It better not be Jay.
I think it's gonna be Gunther. I think.
Well, no, like who's going to be in the finals of the match?
My answers are different between the finals and his final opponent.
Part of me thinks it's gonna be.
You guys know it.
Part of me.
Yeah, you're not even going to say it here. I'm not allowing you to. If you do, you're in timeout for 5 minutes.
Hey,
part of me thinks it's gonna be Jay and Gunther.
It's going to be Jay and Gunther. It's so
until that bell rings. Until that bell rings, I have a chance.
Edge is not showing up. I said his name. You're not allowed to say it.
So no, you're on timeout.
I am not, because I'm the host with the most.
Have you guys seen the spoilers for SmackDown floating around?
No.
Have you guys seen the spoilers for SmackDown floating around?
I try not to get the spoilers. I watch like the news and everything else.
Unfortunately, I have no choice because I have to be on social media.
Go right ahead. You can just share the spoilers. And if you guys don't want to hear the spoilers, probably mute for the next 2 minutes. I would say 30 seconds if it was me or Dan Eddy sharing
I'm muted
with you. But Danny's going to take it.
Give me like a thumbs up when he's done.
Bet.
So the person that's replacing Sheamus in this tournament is going to be The Miz, who
I heard that one already.
Who got eliminated by Jey Uso in the first round.
Oh, I heard that one. Oh, that's stupid.
So in WWE, you kind of fail upwards instead of getting to the back of the line.
Yeah, LA Knight's not in. So stupid. Make it make sense.
This whole John, I as much as we may like John Cena or whatever and appreciate what he's done for the business, bro, like this entire last run has been fucking fumbled. Like if it wasn't his failed heel turn, it was the fucking tournament. It seemed like he's getting the fucking shaft as well because everybody was like, oh my God, John Cena is gonna have a phenomenal last reign. He's gonna run off into the sunset or whatever. Bro, this entire final year.
I wouldn't say entire
shit.
Wouldn't say entire. He's had some highlights.
He's had like 3 highlights this entire.
All right, year. That's still 3. That's not everything technically, but we'll get into the whole John Cena thing when we do get to the farewell itself. We'll share our thoughts on that. But this is Survivor Series, and yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what our whole predictions are going to be. But we'll get into that later on in the show. He is done spoiling, so you're good, Dan. All right. Well, a couple things before we advertise a couple things, let's get into our power of the poll. And this week, we asked you guys which match on the Survivor Series was the worst out of these 4. And here are the results. And the worst match in Survivor Series history. 55% of you guys picked Eric Bischoff versus Teddy Long, Survivor Series 2005, which we will be putting over later on in the show. We had 12% picked the Total Divas versus WWE Divas, Survivor Series traditional match. 19% picked Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series 2022. And 15% of you guys picked Clown R. Russ versus the Royal Family in 1994. Do we agree with the Maniacs on this one?
Yeah.
I kind of do and kind of don't. I thoroughly, we're going to talk about it later, obviously. I kind of enjoyed the Teddy Long and Eric Bischoff match. It was entertaining.
Of course you did.
So I don't think it should have been 55%. Maybe it should have won compared to these other ones. But the margins, oh, no. I think the Clown one would have been. Yeah.
Come on. I love the Clowns R. Us versus Royal Family.
Match.
Come on. That was good.
Hater all
the best thing about the Eric Bischoff and Teddy Long match was when fucking Boogeyman came out.
I mean,
yeah. Then the referee all of a sudden disappears. Like Boogeyman didn't do anything to Bischoff, and then pretends not. So
I think the worst should have been the Total Divas one, but in all honesty, the Shotzi one should have gotten less hate because I think they put on a good show.
What? Hell no!
It's because the Ronda Rousey aspect of it.
No, well, it takes two to tangle. Sometimes, like, there's going to be people who don't have that proper chemistry with one another, and that was just the case with Shotzi and Ronda. Even though a lot of it I do put on Ronda, but I was there live, and I can tell you right
Oh, you
now.
were there?
Oh yeah, I was there. That was in Boston. I think that was the first Survivor Series War Games.
Cool.
And
You
let me
know
tell you,
how anyway.
the crowd, you could hear a cricket fart. That's how quiet it got during that match. Nothing exciting happened. I went to the bathroom and I got myself a slice of Papa Gino's pizza. And I came back and the match was over and it was terrible. I think the worst Survivor Series match of all time is that.
Okay. I mean, you were there, so you probably know better than me. So
Clowns are us, man. I don't know what it was. I did enjoy that match for Survivor Series.
I've
I
never
get
seen
why
that match, so I don't have an opinion.
You probably would hate it.
I
don't know. I enjoyed the comedy spots.
I
And you had
mean-
all the little kings and all the little clowns running around. And then at the end, Jerry Lawler
isn't
gets hit with the pie.
Isn't it illegal to dislike little people though? I feel like that's against the law.
It should be.
as long as you don't call them midgets.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I like little people.
Oh, I love little people. They're amazing. Hornswoggle is one of the funniest wrestlers I think I've ever seen live.
Who's from Wisconsin?
Bro, I was saying on Monday on the Monday Night Raw stream, I was like, bro, like when Little Cena came out, I was like, bro, if they would have had Hornswoggle in that spot because he just signed the Legend deal as well, that would have got a massive pop because people know who Hornswoggle
Real quick, I want to
is.
talk about that because I've been reading like people's opinions on the IWC about that segment, and people are hating on it, and I don't understand why.
I
That
liked
was
it.
such a great fucking segment. This
I
is what
liked
the
it.
WWE product is missing.
They think it was too much like a Vince McMahon thing because we got a lot of that in the Attitude Era. Remember when the Agent Christian brought out mini Dudleys and mini Hardys?
That was great.
That's
I know,
why.
but
That's why the
that's why
IWC is so
That's
fucking
why they're like,
controversial.
oh, Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
is
and this is
booking
why the
show
IWC
again.
doesn't write the wrestling shows.
So the IWC gets mad at we're like, oh, we're not doing like the old days, or like, oh, they don't do this anymore, blah, blah, blah. But then the moment that WWE does it, they're like, oh, that's just a Vince move. That's stupid. Like, what the
Bro,
fuck?
I marked the fuck out when that shit happened, man. Like I went absolutely crazy in my stream.
Okay, here's my opinion
I
about
enjoyed it.
this right here. If you didn't enjoy that segment with Dirty Dom and Mini Cena and Mini John Stewart or Stu,
Yeah.
then you do not enjoy pro wrestling. Yep, I said it. You don't
I
enjoy
like-
it, and you look way too much into this.
Bro,
because
you
at
know
the end
what
of
I
the
just
day,
realized?
what is WWE represent? What's the three words that it represents? World Wrestling. What's the E?
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Bro,
Exactly.
you know what I just realized, and I don't know if there's any tie-in or any correlation or
There's my
anything
reaction
like that.
to that thumbnail.
So these guys are from Micro Federation Wrestling or whatever it is, Micro Wrestling Federation. And the guy that played John Cena, his ring name is Psycho. We had a mini Stu, Psycho Stu. I don't know if there's any like tie-in there because of the whole like the Psycho Stu fucking debacle that happened a couple months ago.
I don't think so. I think you're looking too much.
I don't
into
think
it.
so. No, I think you're reading too much
I
into
don't
that. I
know,
think
I
it's just
just thought
because
that was
John Cena
hilarious.
always talks to Stu, the cameraman. Actually,
Well, I know that.
Mini Kurt,
my-
that's another good one.
my
Omar.
favorite part of that entire segment was you saw regular Stu with the camera filming mini Stu, filming
And then-
mini Cena. That was my favorite part of the entire thing. Like,
Bro,
yeah, mini
why-
Cena can come out and they'd
why
be
did
like,
Mini
yeah,
Cena-
to the
why
crowd.
did-
And then you just see regular Stu just still standing there like, yeah, this is my job.
Bro,
Mini
why
Stu is one of the best.
Why
How
did
can people not enjoy that? It was so good.
It was
Why
funny.
did Mini Cena cut a better promo than half of the AEW locker room?
Oh my
Shots
goodness.
fired.
Now you sound like a toxic fan. I was putting
but
you over
s-
for a
I
second
said
for
that on
actually
the stream.
enjoying
I was
the
like, this
segment.
guy cut the better promo than half the guys in AEW.
What are you, Stevie Richards now with your takes?
No, but AEW, they know how to wrestle, but they're not that good at storytelling and fucking promos. And
I
shit.
just bought
They don't
popcorn
really
big
go
yesterday.
for
Hold on,
it.
guys, real quick.
that's just me. But that's like just my overall take when it comes to this whole segment. Like, God forbid these guys are for once actually doing something different and not going at each other saying, I want to be the best. I want to be the best. I'm going to take your title. That's fucking boring. And that's what we've gotten 95% of Triple H's and 100% of Tony Khan's booking. Like, for once, we actually got something different. Can we get more of that? Can we get more backstage stuff? Can we get more things outside the arena? Hotel scenes, what they used to do back in the day with the hardcore 24/7 title, parking lot brawls. Give us more stuff like that.
Grocery store
Go
fight
out of
with
the box.
Booker T.
Yes.
They
Go
did-
out of
they-
the box.
They
That's
sort
what I
of
liked
did
about
that
this.
during with the 24/7 title. You know, the fucking hotels.
They did, but
and
then they got
fucking
lazy after a couple
airplanes,
weeks.
Golf course.
a football game.
Yeah, but then like they got lazy after a couple weeks, and then they went back to just chasing each other backstage, and there was
And they
nothing
got rid of the
special
title,
about
too.
it, which was a good thing. But I don't know. I just think this segment, like, we need more things out of the box, and
Bro,
I think
you know-
because we don't consistently get this style booking because Vince is not running things anymore, I enjoyed it because we're not getting hit with it every single week.
There's also also a bunch of people, whatever, that assume that Vince McMahon is still like sending notes back and forth or whatever, because don't forget, one of Vince McMahon's right-hand man is still second in command in WWE Creative.
Yep.
Mr. Bruce Pritchard.
Of course, Mr. Bruce
Vince
Pritchard.
Richard.
But I'm sorry,
think-
but
I don't
I
think-
enjoyed it.
I don't think Vince McMahon will totally be gone from WWE until all these guys are out of there.
I somewhat agree, but next week's Power of the Poll is up on our We Are Wrestling YouTube community tab, and we're back to our John Cena Power of the Polls. And throughout the years, John Cena has buried people on the mic, and we asked you guys, out of these 4 segments, which one did John Cena bury? Who did he bury the most? Big
Oh, I'm
Show in
pulling
his
that
battle
shit right
rap,
now.
I would have to. I would
The
have to-
Rock and
I
John
would say Roman.
Cena calling him out with the script that was on the wrist. John Cena burying Roman Reigns as the big dog, pretty much leaving him speechless in the middle of the ring. Or heel Cena pipe bomb, the pipe bomb that he cut against CM Punk, leading up to their last time is now match.
I would say the Roman one, because like I don't think if it was for that promo, I don't think we'd be having Roman Reigns the way we have him today.
Oh, we'll talk about it next week. But guys, you have 1 week to vote. Next Wednesday, that is
I'm
our
voting as we speak.
Power of the Poll. So now a couple things that we do want to advertise and talk about real quick before we get into the news and all the good Survivor Series stuff we have for this week's show. If you guys are looking for somebody to watch Survivor Series with, not only will Danny Huggins be live on his YouTube channel doing his normal stream, but we'll be live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel for the biggest... Whose TV is that? Somebody's got something I could hear in the background.
The brand new animated kids series inspired by
No.
Danny, is that you?
You got a TV on, bro?
Is that
What?
me?
I don't know. Somebody's got a freaking TV on.
I think it's Dan. No.
Was
Yeah,
it gone?
is Dan Eddy. It is
It
you,
was?
Dan Eddy.
All right, hold
Yeah,
on
you
one
gotta
second.
you gotta turn that TV off. What are you doing? Oh, man. All right. Well, getting back to advertising before I lost my train of thought.
My
Hearing
bad.
somebody talk about kids on television on the Fox News. We Are Wrestling will be live this Saturday for Survivor Series War Games, one of our biggest watch-alongs. The We Are Wrestling living room is going to be sold out this Saturday. We got lots of people coming, so you already know we're going to get some viral clips, viral moments. But we just recently uploaded the Big Event New York vlog. So if you guys haven't checked that out, I went out to Long Island, got to meet Goldberg, Great Muta, Swerve, Shotzi, Taz, and so many more wrestlers. It's a fun vlog, and I got to meet a lot of you We Are Wrestling maniacs. Also, we're going to continue to advertise this for the rest of the year. If you haven't checked out the Blitzkrieg vlog, WWE fan who's never been to an indie show, Rod Buddy, who will be here Saturday for the War Games watch along. He went to his very first indie show, and this is a must-watch vlog. I think we'll continue to preach that for the rest of the year.
I'm gonna rewatch it tonight.
TNA Bound for Glory pay-per-view vlog. If you guys haven't checked that out, it'd be a good way to catch up on the TNA product. So there's that.
And also this Friday, you have House of Glory. Your first time going to House of Glory, man.
Oh, yeah. This Friday, another vlog out in Long Island, New York. It's going to be a fun vlog for you guys. And I even got to meet Mercedes after the show.
Nice.
But
Bro, me and you got to hit a House of Glory show up in 2026, man.
We got to
It's
make it
gotta
happen.
Do they venture out here, like near Arkansas and shit?
Not really,
They
no.
have a
But they travel.
House
they
of
don't
Glory
tour
has a
as
show
much as
in
WWE,
Los
huh?
Angeles happening at the end of January. They go all over
Oh, okay.
Chicago, LA.
I think it was Chicago. Gross.
Dan Eddy, man, we recommend you should look in your area, see if there's any indie shows, and go to one, man. You'll have the time of your
We gotta
fucking life.
make that happen.
There's actually a mini people match going on in my actual city here in Arkansas.
All right.
I think in February.
All right, in February, you need to go to that and you need to vlog that for We Are Wrestling.
Vlog that, and we'll have it on the We Are Wrestling channel.
Yes.
I have no
you
idea
need
who's
to
going to
go
be
to
there. I don't know anybody.
Who
there.
cares? You don't
So
need to know
what?
anybody.
Go
Go there.
meet people.
I would love to go see freaking Mitty Stu and Mitty Sita. Come on, man. How are you going to miss
All
out on
right.
that opportunity?
I'll
We
look
gotta
at
make it
tickets.
happen. All right. Well, with that being said, this week we have a busy week here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel with our upload schedule. And this week, man, we got a busy week. All new uploads every day, except obviously tomorrow for Thanksgiving, because we want you guys to enjoy eating your turkeys with your families and all the good stuff. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble,
All right.
gobble.
Well, with that being said, now let's get into our highlight of the week. What was your highlight of the week this week in the wrestling world? Let's start off with you, Daddy Huckins. And you share that. I'll be right back.
This is probably gonna be a generic thing, but like, I have two that I could probably pick. One would be the promo that Cody Rhodes cut on SmackDown, which I think was probably the best Cody Rhodes promo that I've heard him cut in a while.
Everyone got hit.
Or Brock Lesnar slipping during his entrance.
That's my highlight of the week right there.
All right, so I'll go with Cody Rhodes promo on Friday. Fantastic promo. Did everything he said everything he needed to say to really like build interest in what's going to be happening at War Games. And like it's been a long time since I've heard a promo like that from Cody. And like you know, a Steiner will never be better than a Rhodes. And he even talked to Paul Heyman. Like just the whole overall promo. Like that was probably the best 2 minutes on SmackDown on Friday.
I have to agree.
That was a pretty good segment.
Mine was pretty simple. I think it happened on Monday Night Raw, where with the women's War Games, the both teams face each other, and Rhea Ripley just took the microphone and smashed who was it? Fucking
Nia Jax.
Was it Nia Jax just right in the face of the microphone, and you can hear the and they just started brawling.
I always loved when they do that.
And then at one point, Lash Legend had Io Sky like major uppies, and then just threw her down. She was like all legs flailing. It was hilarious.
So obviously, besides the Brock Lesnar slip, which I thought was priceless, and I feel like Brock Lesnar is one of those guys that can botch, but like he doesn't look goofy doing it. Like it's just entertainment.
I didn't even know he slipped at first. I thought he got scared of his pyro.
No, his feet
Imagine
got so scared.
The one thing Brock Lesnar is scared of is pyro.
And then he put his hat on Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker, to be honest, bro, did not look happy. He took.
I like that though.
He was like, "Are you fucking?"
But I like that Braun Breaker has been showing this aggression because like you could tell that like he wants the world championship, and he's tired of Paul Heyman just having him do all these side quests. Like he just wants to go after the main course meal. He's hungry.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's tomorrow. He'll have turkey and stuff.
I don't think he's going to be satisfied with that. I think he wants a world title. But let's show off some of the We Are Wrestling Maniacs highlights. We have Alex Johnson. My highlight of the week is watching the AAA show on Saturday night on WWE's YouTube channel. Josh Toy Show. My highlight of the week was Dom and the Mitty Sita promo. At least you have some humor, Josh.
I like that segment, but it wasn't one of my favorites.
How have y'all been feeling about the Ilya Open challenges? Because it's the best thing on SmackDown. Agree.
Ilya Dragunov is a fucking master of his craft, bro. Like, if you're not a fan of Ilya Dragunov, he's not the issue with you. Like, that's the way I look at it. Like,
I liked
Ilya
every open
Dragunov
challenge
It
except
took
this
some
last
time
one.
for me to grow on him.
The
Ilya
JD
Dragunov is
kind of,
absolutely a monster, bro.
I love.
Oh yeah,
Ilya
Lucha
Dragunov,
Bros
but
reunited. That's a good one. For
Yeah,
highlight of the week.
unfortunately, Penta got her injured on Monday, so that might have
Yeah.
to be put on the back burner.
So sad. And then also AEW Full Gear, I actually rewatched it and it was actually really freaking good. And like I was saying this on the We Are Wrestling podcast extra yesterday live, which if you guys haven't checked that out, it is up on the channel. Man, why can't AEW put in the effort when it comes to the storylines like they do on the pay-per-views? I feel like the one time that AEW has storylines and storytelling is always the pay-per-views.
honestly, low
Never
key,
the
I
weekly
think
shows.
when we were talking weeks ago, I don't know how long ago it was, but there was rumors about like how people would lose their jobs because of AI. I think some of the creative writers that maybe actually lose their jobs will go over to AEW to help the creative board over there.
I would hope so.
Because I
My
think
issue
that might
is-
happen, Loki.
So I got to watch like the last 3.5 matches of Full Gear, whatever. It is obviously my daughter's
Let
birthday.
me guess,
so
too much blood, and you're a blood guy, but you can't
No.
take the amount of blood we
like
get.
I don't mind blood, but when you do the very similar spots and have the amount of blood that we have had in that show, like the last 3-4 matches or whatever, besides the Mercedes match, had blood, and I do kind of feel like with that amount of blood in the show, I feel like it kind of took away what could have been for Samoa Joe in that moment, because like he bled just like Fletcher bled, and Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly bled. So I just feel like with them, doing those spots and bleeding, like when they had that visual of Samoa Joe, he was bleeding so much he was literally spitting it out. I don't really feel like it had that big of a aura to it, because we already seen it previously in the show. Plus 2 weeks ago we had Blood and Guts, to where it was nothing but blood. So like I just feel like they do blood too much. So it takes
agree.
away. It takes away with what we're
But
seeing.
I feel like you have to have blood in a steel cage match. Maybe
Yeah,
the other
you do.
matches they didn't need to have color, but that match needed the color.
Exactly. So like, could you
I thought the visual
imagine-
was sick.
Could you imagine how much better it would have been if we didn't already see, massive amounts of blood, in the previous matches on the show? You know what I mean? That's where I'm getting at.
Well, I think maybe
I
they
didn't-
just had too many extreme.
I didn't
rule-style
mind.
matches.
I don't mind blood. I like blood. I do feel like if you're gonna, portray pro wrestling to be a little bit more realistic, when you get in a fight, when you get hit in the face, you're gonna bleed. But like, I just feel like it took away from Samoa Joe in that moment, because he had that visual with his face covered in blood. He had the world title and he just won. I just feel like it didn't get that big of a pop or whatever, because the AEW audience is already desensitized to the whole blood aspect, so it took a lot away from that moment.
For the sickos. But I don't know. I just enjoyed what Full Gear did, and like they did good storytelling and storylines. But I already know what's gonna happen. It's the same pattern over and over
I didn't
again.
expect to like.
They're
Mercedes
not
match.
going to. They're not going to capitalize on this momentum with the weekly shows,
Mhm.
and it's unfortunate.
I feel like if AEW was just strictly a pay-per-view show, pay-per-view company,
They'd be freaking sweeping the WWE right now. They'd be whooping
Yep.
WWE's ass.
For real?
they have a hard time being consistent with the weekly television.
It's the
I'm hoping we see a shift, because I'm really intrigued. I guess we should talk about it. But Swerve returned at the end of the cage match.
Swerve and
he
Hangman.
stood- we assumed that when he walked down to the ring, we assumed that he was going to go after Hangman. He didn't. He ended up standing side by side, and everybody knows, like, Swerve broke into Hangman's house. Looked at messed with his kid or whatever. Hangman burned down Swerve's childhood home. Like, what's the dynamic now going to be with Swerve helping Hangman in that moment?
And you see, that's
So
why,
I'm
I'm hoping like they
I'm hoping we
capitalize
have a
on that
creative-
with the weekly shows.
I'm hoping we have a creative shift now that Swerve is back, and I could see MJF coming back very soon. I think MJF returns before World's End. If I had
MJF is gone.
He's been filming a movie.
He's been filming Violent Night 2, which I'm really excited for because I'm a massive fan. If you like action and Christmas movies, watch
Or
the first
slashers.
Violent Night. It's not a slasher movie. It's about this this company or this family or whatever. They get like held hostage on Christmas or whatever. They're like a really wealthy family, and this guy, this homeless looking guy or whatever, ends up being Santa Claus. And it's up to him to like rescue this family. It's a really good movie. I recommend people check it out.
I'll have to take a look at it before the second one comes out. But overall, like, I like the surprise aspect of the pay-per-views as well. Like, I really thought Hangman was going to retain the belt. And the same thing with Kyle Fletcher. I thought Fletcher was going to retain the belt.
I did watch that match, and then the return of Swerve. I think I wasn't hating on the fact that Samoa Joe got the belt again. I think
Me either. I liked it.
He should have a longer title reign this time.
And then I hate that people are saying, "Oh, friggin' Hangman Adam Page was buried. He's a transitional champ. He was holding the title for 100 days. Give me a break." It's like not every title run has to be a Bruno Sammartino or Roman Reigns run. Doesn't have to be like that all the time.
Didn't he get it like around WrestleMania time too? Like he's had it since then.
Hey, Daddy, you muted yourself.
Am I good now?
Oh, you're good now.
Yeah.
Here's my issue with the ending.
Can we keep the mute like the whole episode?
So I don't mind that Joe won the title. I knew we were going to get a return at the end of the show, but my guess was going to be MJF because we heard a lot of reports that MJF is going to be returning imminently.
New Jersey,
so I assumed it was going to be
his area.
I assumed he was going to return. He was going to be at the top of the stage. Hangman was going to retain the title, and the lights are going to go out, come back on. MJF is there at the top of the stage. He like holds up the contract like this, signaling like, "Look, I got this contract. Don't forget, I'm fucking coming for that title." And then that's how the show was going to end. That's what I assumed was going to happen. I don't mind that Joe won, but I feel like he's going to be a transitional champion because I feel like they're going to end up putting the title on MJF shortly after he comes back, especially with him having that title and them teasing it.
Yeah,
that's one thing I don't like.
So they're going to build up to like an MJF and Samoa Joe match.
Yeah, MJF did lose the championship to Samoa Joe, so maybe he wants to have that redemption arc. But I think we're going to find out more of the direction of the title reign when we get to Dynamite. But let's now get into the getting.
Yeah, let's get back on track, guys. Come on.
Let's get into the Survivor Series getting put over segment. Every week we do this thing called the Getting Put Over segment. We pick one past, present, or future professional wrestler, and we put them over. We talk about the defining moments, the accolades, the rivalries, the segments, and our biggest what-ifs. It's time to put a new wrestler over in the We Are Wrestling.
He knows best, ladies and gentlemen.
Segment.
Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
It's me, Ricky Williams. Moxley's just as crazy as him.
No, Ricky! Bullshit!
They do it too sometimes. I'll be catching it.
It's me, Ricky Williams.
Stop playing.
But that's my opinion. He's so over.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
What's going on, y'all? We Are Wrestling. Shout out to the best one. Shout out to Uncle Ben and both the Dans. Now, let me get into this Survivor Series card this year. Card is not that bad. It's not the best Survivor Series card in the world either. But the card is it's a really good card. It's gonna be a good show. Survivor Series. It's gonna be a good show this year. Can't really call none on it though. It's a solid card. Not the best card in Survivor Series history. Probably not the best at all, but it's going to be one of the best shows of the year. Yeah, but shout out to the We Are Wrestling. I will be there. Ricky Knows Best will be there. And a watch along this Saturday too. So peace out. God bless. Thank you. Peace.
Where are we? Ah, there we are. We're back. Which
We're
Ricky
back.
Knows Best has confirmed that he will be at the live watch along here in
Yeah.
S1 Studios this Saturday. So you guys will get to talk to Ricky Knows Best. He'll be here with a bunch of other people, which it's going to be a very fun time. Very good show. But now let's get into our Getting Put Over segment, which this is a brand new one because a lot of the times we like to put over wrestlers every week. We alternate. But this week, because it is Survivor Series week and we have our predictions that will be happening up next, we wanted to go back and watch a classic Survivor Series. This was Rage's idea a few weeks ago before he took his break and went on a hiatus. And we rewatched, and we're going to be putting over today Survivor Series 2005. What a sick graphic.
Yeah, that was sick. Us too.
It's kind of wild that Undertaker is technically on the poster, but he's not even in any of the matches. He doesn't appear.
He was there for like 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much Undertaker showed up at the very end.
Which kind of ruined the surprise at the ending too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, because you did get the "We Want Taker" chants and stuff.
I feel like the one thing I do remember about the show, like, because I feel like the first time I watched it was today, actually. I back then I wasn't like ordering the pay-per-views or whatever, because like I didn't come from a wealthy family, so I didn't really get to watch the pay-per-views outside of like, video or like clips on YouTube. But I do remember that the coffin being lit on fire and like the lightning bolt. I remember that, and Undertaker coming out.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Although Undertaker looked weird as fuck with the beard.
He did. I wish he kept it. I wish he kept it during that time. It was different. But I will say this, like, my first initial thoughts on this before rewatching it is I do remember watching this pay-per-view as a kid. And I remember the next day I didn't go to school because I was up late watching Survivor Series 05.
Wow.
And man, I used to love the tradition SmackDown versus Raw thing. It was always one of my favorite things growing up. Just having both brands, especially like being different. Like I was a Raw kid always growing up. But then, like, with SmackDown, I always enjoyed, like, the dynamics of, like, the main event tag matches. And that's where you had, like, the good matches. While Raw, you had, like, the larger-than-life characters. So I loved, like, how different the two brands were. And that's why, like, I get so frustrated, so mad with, like, the way that they do, like, the draft and the way that they do the brand stuff in 2025.
I think I was more of a SmackDown kid growing up. I'm not going to lie. I don't remember.
I was a SmackDown kid because like I wasn't allowed to stay up late, and watch Raw on Monday or whatever, because I was like, I did not like getting up in the morning for school, so I had to be in bed at a certain time.
That's why I feel like I was more
like
SmackDown.
With Friday, like I could be up as late as I wanted because it was the weekend. I didn't have to get up for school the following day, you know what I mean? So I kept up way more SmackDown than I did Monday Night Raw around this time.
Oh, absolutely. But now, the way we're going to do this is we're going to go back and recap this Survivor Series in case you didn't have the time to actually watch it. And then afterwards, we'll go over the matches one by one, and we'll talk about it, what we thought, good, bad, whatever it is. We're putting over Survivor Series 05. And we're going to start doing this for our big PLEs moving forward. So the next one we'll be doing is Royal Rumble. All right, here we go. So, with the Survivor Series, the official theme was from a band, POD, and the song was Lights Out. Gotta love the alternative rock and roll that we got during the Ruthless Aggression Attitude Era. Some of the best.
That's still a banger to this day, dude. I was jamming out to it. When I saw that it was a theme song, I was jamming out to it.
Oh, yeah. So now we start off with the opening match, which was the first of the best of 7 series for the vacated United States Championship. Chris Benoit versus Booker T. And man, this was, I thought, a solid match. Good way to open off the show. Two guys that know how to work in the ring. And man, like, you can hate the human being, Chris Benoit, but you can't deny he is one of the best technicians in a wrestling ring. And this match proved it. But of course, Booker T stole the victory with Queen Charmel holding his feet on the ropes while he got the roll up against Chris Benoit. My favorite finish in a wrestling match.
When somebody's holding their feet?
I love the roll ups. Love them. You can ask Dan.
Oh, the roll ups. Gotcha.
Especially at an indie show.
I was
thinking the
weird
candy.
as fuck seeing I don't know if anybody
Fruit
else
roll
felt
up.
this way, because like I didn't look at the match card before the show.
I
You
didn't
know what I
either.
mean? Because like if you go on Wikipedia, you'll know who wins and who loses, whatever. So I didn't want to spoil it for myself.
I vividly remembered it all.
I didn't know Chris Benoit was on the show, and when he came out, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I got nostalgia feelings, like listen to the theme song. 'Cause I still say that Chris Benoit, like he
Our
still
Lady
has one of the
Peace.
best. He still has one of the best theme songs in pro wrestling.
Yeah, the band actually just brought it back recently, too.
Yeah, and they were like, "We're bringing the song back," away from
Good
its
theme
dark
song,
But it has,
yeah.
but it has
Not
a
the
new
best, though.
meaning. It has a new meaning to it. Like, it's more like mental health and like suicide prevention.
Yeah.
Good. I enjoyed the match for what it was. Like it wasn't anything great. It was, your typical Booker T match. It was I don't know. I don't really have many thoughts on it. It was sort of there.
Hey, what's going on, Sparks 4270? But yeah, we started off with that match. Moving on to our next on the card, we had
Okay, I guess my
the
opinion
WWE
doesn't matter,
Women's
I guess, Donnie.
Championship. Oh, your opinion. What's your opinion on it? Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I was
You were just jamming
with
out.
this.
You were jamming out to Booker T, so that's your fault.
It was nice to see Booker T wrestle again. I get it. I dig his commentary in NXT nowadays, but just looking back and watching
What's
him
up,
wrestle,
Tyler?
because he was probably he was top 10 at least. I would say probably at least top 6 favorite wrestlers when I was growing up. And
Who on Booker T?
Booker T, yeah. And the whole idea of like the best of 7, I went into that match thinking like they were gonna do like 7 pinfalls in that one PLE, but it was just the one match, and then they're gonna go like next Tuesday or whatever the next show is. They're gonna do the best of whatever next match number 3 or 4. So that I think they should bring back kind of low key. Like
They should. I agree.
For the not for the US title specifically, but just for maybe the women's IC or like the belt that's been getting like the least heat nowadays.
I will say the women's IC could benefit having like a 7-match series because like even going back
Chelsea
to like
Green and
one
Julia,
of the
boom,
worst,
book it.
One of the worst years in wrestling, I think it was like 2017 with Monday Night Raw. Sheamus and Cesaro, they did a best of 7 series match, and then they ended up becoming the Bar, which was a great way to kind of build that tag team up organically, letting these two pretty much kill each other every week on Monday Night Raw. So like
the whole
I don't mind a 7-match series. Like I do miss those.
The whole aspect of the it being Chris Benoit, I get it. It was a great match. I forget that they called him the Rabid Wolverine. And he kind of has that like hype up part, like he gets motivated, like he's invincible, and he starts winning over the crowd, and
Man, seeing those
was a
headbutts.
heel.
Oh man, seeing those headbutts, like it gives me a headache. Like when I see that, like when Benoit like misses the headbutts, and he's hitting his head just straight on the mat. But there was our first match on the card. Moving on. We do have the WWE Women's World Championship. Trish Stratus defending the title against Melina, who is on SmackDown. Just your typical Divas match, which I do think for the time that they had, they definitely capitalized on it. It wasn't the worst match, but it also wasn't the best match. Because this is around the time where Melina was a little green. Like this is when she first started getting into the wrestling ring. And obviously she got better through the years because she did have some good Diva title runs later on. And we even put her over a long time ago in the Getting Put Over segment. But overall, just a typical solid Divas match. Trish Stratus retained her championship with the help of Mickie James, because that's the long-term story here that does go into WrestleMania 22. Any comments you guys have based off this match?
I feel like this was one of the best cohesive matches
Randy,
of
what's
the
up?
show that
What's up, Miles?
remember.
It was a solid match, yeah. I think I like the best part was they went back to like 3 or 4 days ago or whatever it was, like the last, I think it was SmackDown show or Raw show, that they brought up the segment of Trish Stratus being tied up backstage and then Melina just basically kicked her in the face. I'm pretty sure when we put over Melina, that was my favorite segment.
I think so.
Or no, it was when she came back from injury. My bad.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
You or Rage? Yeah. Somebody brought that segment up. The backstage
Somebody
segment.
did. I think Rage must have.
Like, you kind of forget how good Melina was in the ring, because like everybody like who remembers her knows her from being like John Morrison's girlfriend and like coming
valet
out with,
for
like,
Eminem.
Coming out with like the skimpy skirts and stuff like that.
Underrated fucking team. I admit, like Melina, my favorite, like Melina was the valet. She was
my favorite part of this match.
Is she a Hall of Famer yet?
No. My favorite part of this match was when Morrison and
Joey Mercury
Nitro,
when they get in the ring to like do like a tag team move on Trish Stratus, the referee sees, and then they just fucking just throw Trish Stratus, and then they gotta get ejected from the ringside. That was what probably like a really funny moment.
That was, and I will say, for like the inexperience that Melina had at Survivor Series 05, she did do a good job, and I think she proved to WWE that like she's more than just a valet. And then obviously through the years, they started giving her more matches. Then she ended up having title runs and being a solid diva during this time.
Yep.
And I thought that this was a good way to kind of like, this is what I miss like with old school WWE. Like they used to throw people in the ocean and they would let them sink or swim. And that's how you get better. And that's what they did with Maxine Dupree, which is why like she's over right now. But getting back on track with Survivor Series 05. Moving on, we did get the segment that was not on Peacock, but I do have to mention it. Vince McMahon saying, what's up, my N-word to John Cena.
Bro, I didn't even know that was on the show.
I forgot about that too.
It was. I didn't forget.
Damn.
I did not forget about this iconic segment.
Peacock, you were holding that in your pocket this whole time. Like, oh man, I hope they don't mention it.
Well, that means We Are Wrestling Maniacs, like, they can't say like we didn't watch it, and that's why I put it there. All right. Well, let's move on now to our next match on the card. The last man standing match, Triple H versus his mentor, Ric Flair. This was probably by far my favorite match of the entire night.
Mine was my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, you know, it's very much well documented, like how much respect and love that Triple H has for Ric Flair, which is why, you know, Ric Flair was one of the first members that he wanted when they were forming Evolution. You know, and to see them go to the lengths that they went, you know, shows how much respect that they have for the pro wrestling business. You know what I mean? I feel like, especially Ric Flair, like he got his bell rung a couple times in this match.
Oh, he did. Look at this with the screwdriver. Yep,
well,
that's right.
That was a straight John Moxley spot right there.
I was about to say, like, WWE did this stuff. That's what shocked me, because I forgot all about this match.
That's kind of why people love AEW so much, because they bring back all the stuff that we used to watch in
That's
WWE.
Why I started watching.
Yes.
Like, you got to remember,
I love the edgy shit.
This was 2005, bro. Like, you know, the world's a lot different.
Literally 20 years ago.
05 blood in WWE. Nothing will top it.
People get offended about everything. You know what I mean? So if WWE did this spot today, oh my God, there'd be a fucking trend on Twitter, somebody trying to fucking boycott the company.
Well, Triple H ended up beating Ric Flair using the famous sledgehammer. But man, let me tell you, I was very, very impressed with Ric Flair's performance, because around this time Obviously, like, he is a lot older than he was in the 80s and the 90s.
Yep.
And Ric Flair, I thought, did a really good job putting Triple H over in this match. And I feel like sometimes because of the controversial news that we get today with Ric Flair, because he gets himself into a lot of shit, we forget how good he was during this time. And Flair looked amazing in this match from start to finish.
So
And
yeah,
Triple H, I will say, was a little out of shape during this one, but he
I want
still
to
did a
add to
good job.
that.
Do you see
I
that
wanna
photo I
add-
sent in the group chat yesterday of Ric Flair?
I did,
No,
yeah.
I
With
didn't.
the muscles. I did. But what were you going to say,
So,
Dan?
I was gonna add that Ric Flair was never in my top 10, maybe even top 15 favorite wrestlers, but that match, I have to give him credit. And people can say, Triple H carried him or whatnot. I don't
Takes two.
necessarily believe so, but it does take two to tango to have a great match. You look at any of the great matches, whether it's SummerSlam, PLEs, or anything. Ric Flair did his job, and yet he got, basically the shit beat out of him. But it helped put Triple H even more over. It helped because they were great buddies in real life, so they had great chemistry in the match itself. It was
Grind is
very
real. I
entertaining.
need to send Ric Flair a free shirt.
So real quick, fun stories. It took me a couple of days to watch this PLE, kind of behind the curtain, because
Yeah, me
I
too.
watched it later in the day and I fell asleep during it. Oddly enough, I fell asleep right before this match started, and I regret doing it because the next day I started off where I left off. Because I remember the last thing I remember was Triple H walking out, and I was like, okay, I'll start on that match. And when I was watching this match over again, I was like, fuck, I should have watched this the first time because this was obviously my favorite match of the night. And so
It was so good. And of course, Ric Flair bled all the time, bled with blonde.
He did, but that's what makes him a great wrestler. Like
blonde
he grades
made
on
it
put spots.
so good.
Puts on
The
great
blonde,
spots.
like having the blonde, white hair made it look so good as well visually.
Yeah. Also, speaking of facial hair being brought back, I think Triple H should bring back that like handlebar goatee, handlebar beard, like the Wolverine.
I did like the
Wolverine
handlebar
beard.
mustache during that time.
Yeah.
But let's move on now to our next match here on the card. Well, actually, it's a segment. Edge and Lita showed up to get some heat with the Detroit crowd. And we did get to see a former MLB Hall of Famer in the crowd taking some shots at Edge for not being a world champion, unlike the city of Detroit. And I thought that this was like a really good way to like get some heat on Edge because he wasn't on the card at all during the show. And that's something I do miss, like especially like having maybe like a 4 or 5 match PLE like we're getting this Saturday with Survivor Series. I think we need to have little segments like this. This is a good way to expose somebody to a pay-per-view crowd, good way to generate some heat. Like this is missing, I think. Like, we need to get some promos, some segments.
This is why I was asking before we went live if you wanted.
Eric, Triple H looked like the size of his man boobs.
This is why I was asking if before we went live if you wanted our like put over segment thing filled out, because this was my favorite segment in the entire night with the whole Edge. So I was gonna put that as my favorite segment. And obviously, good. I mean, you can't go wrong with Lita. So.
And she was a heat magnet during this time, especially because of the whole thing that happened with Matt Hardy and Edge. Yep. Oh, for sure. But honestly, good segment. And I really hope we get more of this, like on regular WWE PLEs moving forward.
Not gonna lie, when Edge and Lita started to come out, I kind of in the back of my mind, I was like, are we gonna be getting like a Matt Hardy Edge and Lita segment or whatever? I didn't know exactly what was gonna be happening. But that baseball player, like, he got a hell of a promo. Not even gonna lie.
It was him basically promoting his new show, The Cutting Edge. Like he was gonna say he's debuting it like later on, just to get people hyped up for it.
All right, well, moving on. Let's get back to the matches here. We have John Cena versus Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship. And man, what a good match. I just don't like the stipulation of it with like Daivari being the special referee. That's like one of my critiques like during this match, because I think a lot of the stuff that they were trying to do just didn't translate well on like the pay-per-view. And
This match pissed me off.
This match was absolutely fucking horrible.
I'll start, Danny. This match fucking pissed me off for two big reasons. One, this should have been the main event because it was a good match. The ending sucked, but it should have been the main event still, regardless. And second,
disagree.
They fucking bleeped out the "you suck" chants when Kurt Angle walked out, and I was waiting for
that was actually
that dopamine.
To be fair, Dan, real quick, to be fair, that wasn't Peacock or WWE doing that. They did that because Kurt Angle at the time was sick of hearing the "you suck" chant, so he would have the production truck put in the beeps, which is why they said it after the commentary.
I don't really care what the reason was. That it just pissed me off.
I get it. It's nostalgia to be like, you
nostalgia,
suck.
The dopamine. You don't see Kurt Angle anymore. You don't see him walking out regardless, let alone like in a match. So, and this was before all of his neck surgeries. You know, like the match was entertaining. He went through 4 different referees, even with Daivari as the guest one.
That was before Kurt Angle went to TNA, right?
Yep, this is before he went to TNA.
Sure, yeah.
Because he was in ECW brand.
07, right?
So he went to TNA around this time, November 2006, because then he had the program with Samoa Joe, ended his streak at TNA Genesis.
Yeah.
I mean,
but overall, yes, the ending did suck, but I feel like it shouldn't have been in the middle of the entire match card. I think it should have been either the main event or the beginning.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, I like the feud with him and Kurt Angle because I remember watching the submission match that they had at Unforgiven, which was the first time we ever got the STFU submission hold. I did enjoy that, but then like with the referee, I get what they were doing because the storyline was basically Eric Bischoff was trying to find any way to get that championship off of Cena, but it just didn't make sense that like you have Daivari in there, he gets taken out, then you have a Raw referee coming in. He gets taken out. Daivari gets back up. Cena pretty much takes him out. And then you get the SmackDown ref 1, 2, 3.
They were making such a huge deal of the SmackDown ref making the count. And I'm like, he's a referee. But back then, these times were different. Like, you can't have a SmackDown match referee or SmackDown referee doing a Raw match. It's like,
but there is one thing I do want to say that I was surprised by. Because I always thought that John Cena the crowd started to turn on him in like 2007, 2008. But in this, like, if you actually listen to the crowd throughout this entire match, they were chanting for Kurt Angle. They wanted him to beat Cena for the title. I don't know if you guys caught that.
I feel like I feel like this was the beginning of the whole Super Cena movement. In a way, like the very, very beginning of it, because like Kurt Angle did the ankle lock. He did the Olympic slam, I think twice. Like, and then Cena, all he does is give him the attitude adjustment once and he wins. You know what I mean? Like,
can we just say
I didn't like the ending. Like, it was just the ending to me almost felt like, all right, guys, you know, time's up. You got to wrap up. You got to go home. You know what I mean? It didn't seem really
the finish was flat.
It just seemed like you know, Daivari gets taken out, a new referee comes in, attitude adjustment 1, 2, 3. Like, I was like, what the fuck was the ending? Like, I don't know, it just threw me out of the match. I didn't like this match at all.
I feel like
smart. The crowd did want it.
They were calling Chris Benoit the Red Wolverine. I feel like they should start calling Kurt Angle the Chihuahua because he just kept going after everyone's ankles. Like,
well, that's what
that was his thing.
He was, you know, the ankle lock master.
Olympic medalist, baby.
Olympic gold medalist, the only one in WWE history. Yeah.
So, of course, John Cena did retain his championship against Kurt Angle. And I thought maybe they could have benefited having Edge tease a Money in the Bank cash in. I think that could have been interesting. But they probably wanted to wait on that. But before we get into our main event match of the card, we got some love here by Chris, the Jets, New York fan. Hey, Donnie, Dan, Eddy, everyone, hope all is well. Phenomenal pro wrestling content as always. A+, always killing it. Like, support, subscribe to the channel, like I always say. Chris, we always appreciate the kind words from you.
Appreciate it. Pick out a different NFL team, but appreciate the kind words, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to find a new NFL team, Chris. But let's get into the weakest match of the night. The power of the
Also,
Pole, the worst Survivor Series match of all time.
One last thing, I need to point out a very young Charles Robinson referee. Like he's one of the GOAT referees.
You'd be surprised. He was
Charles
like 10
Robinson
years
was
in
WCW, bro. He was not young at.
He was a vet at this time. He's been in the business.
He still looks fucking. He's only 25 years old. I'm not gonna lie.
I think
he looks the exact same today. I'm just saying.
He does.
After all the bumps and spots that he's taken, like he does. Crazy. Anyways, continue.
Better than the ankle biter. All right, well, let's fly through this match. We had Eric Bischoff, Raw General Manager, versus Teddy Long, SmackDown GM. Just your typical two guys don't know how to wrestle. How we were as kids in the backyard. Probably we put on better matches in the backyard than this.
Yeah, that's true.
And pretty much we got the boogeyman. Referees just disappear all out of the blue. And even though it's so obvious that like Bischoff is getting beat up by the boogeyman, Teddy Long just gets the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. It was one of the worst Survivor Series matches of all time. But I've got to ask you guys.
One of them.
This will be a fun debate, I think.
Oh boy. Us in debates.
Because we already know how we feel about this match. So I might as well ask you guys. Did you like Eric Bischoff or Teddy Long more as general manager in the Ruthless Aggression era?
I like Teddy Long because like he was sort of like the comedic relief. You know what I mean? Like Teddy Long was absolutely, even if he wasn't intentionally trying to be, he was fucking hysterical when he was the GM. Absolutely. Eric Bischoff was just one of those guys.
Still has the ugliest dance.
Like when he got fired and thrown in the fucking trash truck, like that was like one of my highlights. Because
who do we got? Real quick, who do we got in the live chat?
In there.
We are Wrestling Maniacs. Who is a better general manager, Eric Bischoff or Teddy Long? Spam that live chat.
So Charles Robinson, back to the whole Charles Robinson topic.
No, we moved on from that.
He began his career in
1995
and joined WCW in 97. So that's how long he's been a referee.
Oh yeah, he's been around for a while. That's why I say he's one of the GOATs. It's like between the Teddy Long and Eric Bischoff, it's like you love Teddy Long, but you love to hate Eric Bischoff. And I think that's
they want you to do the Teddy Long dance again, bro.
The back up. Yeah, I think Teddy Long.
If you want me to do the Teddy Long dance again, you got to send a super chat.
There we go. I would have to say Teddy Long because I loved hating on Eric Bischoff. As far as like who I think did the better of the managing, I think Eric Bischoff did because he made things interesting. Teddy Long was just sort of a big baby face sort of general manager. And he was sort of like when Kurt Angle did Monday Night Raw as a general manager. The two are not the same. I get that, but it's like he was kind of I hate to say like a pushover kind of general manager. Like you see, as much as you get sick of the crash outs with Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, like them two make it entertaining. Yeah, like oh my god, it's official. Like it's whatever. But with Teddy Long, he's like Danny said, he's the comedic relief. Eric Bischoff made more creative segments / matches. All Teddy Long,
I feel like WWE
all Teddy Long is known for is like you one-on-one with the Undertaker and his dance. Like Eric Bischoff from more than that. So I would have to say Eric Bischoff, I think, did the better managing. Mm-hmm. What I liked more, or who I liked more, was Teddy Long.
Holla, holla, holla. But before I give you guys my answer, I will say this. The Teddy Long dance, you will get it live on the watch along if I win that We Are Wrestling Championship. I will be holding that title doing the dance.
You know what I think WWE is missing nowadays? Is the whole dynamic of the GMs, not liking each other or whatever, and like, GM versus GM, Raw versus SmackDown aspect.
I don't like them being twiners. Like, I want to see one be the heel, one be the face. Adam Pearce, the face. Nick Aldis needs to go for
I don't like that they're friends,
I don't
think supposed to be like Raw is supposed to compete to be better than SmackDown, and
SmackDown versus Raw.
That's what we're missing, man.
That's what we're missing. Yep. And I'm
live this Saturday on the Real Wrestling.
And you can even have, even if you don't want to bring back the traditional Survivor Series match, you can have Raw versus SmackDown War Games.
That's what I'm saying.
I think if we
But they
bring
don't
back
give a
those
shit about the draft.
traditional,
I hate it.
if we bring
And
back
the
the
brands.
traditional war games like the one we were watching on the 2005 Survivor Series, they need to bring in NXT. They need to bring in TNA or whatever. They need to make it more interesting.
The best traditional Survivor Series match I remember seeing was back in 2019 when they first started going over to Saudi Arabia, and they had NXT invade SmackDown because I remember SmackDown superstars
They were stuck.
They were stuck in Saudi, and that was like one of the best built Survivor Series. Like you had that face off with Keith Lee and Roman Reigns. Like who could forget? Like Keith Lee almost powerbombed Roman Reigns through the fucking ring. Like that was a big moment.
Keith Lee had so much.
Also, to take
potential,
on Eric's comment, I don't think Teddy was more of a cheerleader because he did do a great job managing. Like, I'm not going to say that he was just there to like be supportive. Like,
tonight's main event's going to be a tag team match.
Can we just
What
sit
a one
here
with
and
the
respect
Undertaker.
the fact that Teddy Long came from being a fucking referee that used to get pushed around to being the fucking GM of the show? Like
Well,
that
if you
guy
do-
fucking that guy.
Well, if you actually want to go back in the time with WCW before he was the referee, he was actually a manager.
Yep.
But I do want to share my thoughts on who I liked better out of Eric Bischoff and Teddy Long. I have to go with Eric Bischoff. I always loved the villain general manager for some reason because it would always make the baby faces' lives a living hell. And with Eric Bischoff, I thought he did such a good job during that time. And as a kid, I hated him. I despised him. And I felt like he did his job. But then again, I'm not going to discredit Teddy Long because he also
Eric
did his
Bischoff.
job because you were supposed to love him. And I loved like the opposites of the two. And I still think to this day, nobody will ever top Eric Bischoff and Teddy Long as the general managers of both Raw and SmackDown. I do feel like Eric Bischoff's run as GM did come up short. I wish it was a little bit longer than it was, but I enjoyed it because we got Raw Roulette out of it.
Dude,
Eric Bischoff
I
introduced the
remember
Elimination Chamber. Like I loved Eric Bischoff as a GM.
When I was back then playing the wrestling video games more often, I remember playing as Eric Bischoff in one of them. I think it was SmackDown versus Raw or WCW Nitro. One of the games I had growing up, I played as Eric Bischoff. And also Eric Bischoff was kind of like the mini me version of like Dr. Evil mini me with Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff. Or Bischoff, sorry. I just
Bischoff. That's how
I used to call him
pronounced
that.
it back in
I
the
used to
day.
call him that as a kid, anyways. It just came back to me because we're talking about him. Force of habit. But Eric Bischoff was just like a mini me version of Vince McMahon, but with better hair, basically.
Yeah. He's one that can literally like go 0 to 100 real quick, going from black hair to gray hair. All right, well, let's get into our main event here. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. On Team Raw, we had Big Show, Kane, Carlito, the Masterpiece, Chris Masters, and the Captain, who is Shawn Michaels. Team SmackDown, on the other hand, we had JBL, Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, and the Captain, the World Heavyweight Champion, Batista.
Bro, that's like fucking like main event guys versus the Job Squad, man. Like you have JBL, you have Randy Orton, you have Batista, and Bobby Lashley and Rey Mysterio on one team, and you have fucking Carlito, Big Show, the Masterpiece, Shawn Michaels, Kane, and Big Show on the other.
Honestly, I'm not sure why Shawn Michaels' back wasn't hurting because he was obviously carrying the team there.
Bro, this was just the weirdest
really
fucking
was.
pairing. Bro, Carlito, he has a fucking Apple shirt, bro. Like,
And he wore cool on the back of his tights.
And I remember them saying that this was one of Bobby Lashley's first introductions to the WWE.
Yep,
like
it was.
I
He won a qualifying.
Wow. I'm like, damn, really? That was that
as
long
much
ago?
as I like and I appreciate Ben, I have to question his life choices if his idea of a good show is Survivor Series 2005, because this show was absolutely dog shit.
I disagree with you on that. I thought it was good.
It was decent.
It's
It was okay.
not good whatsoever.
It wasn't the greatest, but
It takes more than one match to be a good show.
I enjoyed this Survivor Series match. I thought it was fantastic.
Bro, I
was
found
okay.
myself dozing off.
Oh, come on.
I fell asleep because it was at the end of the day and I was just exhausted from it. But then I watched it the next day and I was on alert. Like I was locked in. So I would.
Ooh, Real quick, I just want to say, Matthew, in the live chat, I do love that question, and I'm gonna ask that before we get into the Survivor Series.
Are we gonna give this PLE a rating at the end?
Yes, we will. But
All right, I'll wait till the end.
But I want to hear your thoughts on this match right here, Dan, because we already know how Danny feels about it. Always fucking negative.
I kind of agree with Danny, but I'm also disagreeing because it was a great match, not gonna lie, and it was sort of like
this match
Shawn Michaels,
Kevin Nash's WWE title reign.
Shawn Michaels and some B squad team members versus like any one of the team's SmackDown wrestlers could have been a headliner or main event wrestler. Like I said, you got Batista and Randy Orton above all. Like seriously. And then JBL, I can go without him. I don't really like him anyways. And
I didn't like him a lot either.
Rey Mysterio was just like, they were giving him so much fucking hate with commentary. Like, oh, sorry, little guy. Oh, better not next time. And then they were starting to put him over. They were putting him over, giving me the ultimate underdog, and they let him, take out the Big Show. And I think he eliminated Kane too.
Rey Mysterio. This is when he started to get that mega push. Because of the
there was some great spots. I'm not gonna lie, there were some great spots in that match. Overall, I think it shouldn't have been the main event. Not gonna lie, but obviously, back then they were like, "Oh, SmackDown versus Raw, oh, big, boom, boom, Survivor Series." Like, I get it. This particular match, though, it was entertaining to say the least, but I felt like it wasn't hyped up to be the main event.
I loved the build up for this. I just loved everything about this build up. And I think just like Rage and myself, because we kind of grew up around the same time with our fandom. I think it's just nostalgia. It's nostalgic. It was. And I think that's why I didn't hate the show. Because I know, Danny, you are more of an Attitude Era kid than
but it has nothing to do with that, bro. On Team SmackDown, you had all main event guys, and then you have fucking Carlito and Big Show on the Raw team. The only main event guy at that time that you could consider was Shawn Michaels. Take him out.
You could argue Kane too.
Around this time.
Well, I mean,
yeah, he was teaming with Big Show around this.
He was a bigger name back then.
He kind of lost.
Compared to Carlito and them, Kane was the other big name that you can argue is another main eventer.
You can't discredit Kane.
Just seeing what Team Raw was like and who was on it, it just seemed like they didn't give a fuck, and they were like, "Oh, we're just gonna put whoever in the match." Without even
honestly,
I don't think so, because they probably wanted to give Chris Masters and Carlito an opportunity to main event a pay-per-view. Because around this time, unlike they do now, they actually take risk. They actually take chances on people. And yes, honestly, maybe Chris Masters and Carlito were still green. They weren't ready for the main event spotlight, but they had to get that experience.
You can say with SmackDown and Raw at this time, the teams would be similar. It would be so lopsided between Raw and SmackDown. It's not even funny.
That's why I'm glad that they don't do it. But
same here.
That's why I was mentioning they bring in NXT or not AEW, but TNA or whatever. More than just two teams.
Do this match. Why would they have 90% of their main event guys in this match to go up against guys who are lower mid card?
Because it was all hype back then.
Yeah, but that just doesn't make much sense to me.
Giving people opportunities, letting people
entertaining storylines helped out.
You could say that why didn't SmackDown give other people opportunities?
They did. Bobby Lashley,
world heavyweight champion. JBL was already world
Bobby
heavyweight
Lashley,
champion.
Yeah, but JBL was starting to go down the card.
JBL was already kind of out the door.
Everybody on that team was already a top made guy. Why couldn't they
Randy
use
Orton,
their
Mr.
lower
Survivor Series
guys to even it up?
They should have.
Randy Orton was just coming out this time. Randy Orton debuted in 2002 in WWE. They were still giving him a type.
Well, no, I said he was Mr. Survivor Series.
Yeah, but he was still a main guy around this time. Why couldn't SmackDown, instead of putting 90% of their main event guys up against these guys, they should have evened it up and give some of their lower mid card guys an opportunity?
Well, that's not so much on Vince's
but SmackDown,
the Raw
but if you look at the two
managers
brands when it comes to character wise, Raw was larger than life. SmackDown just had the good wrestlers. And around that time with SmackDown, you saw in the ring. Hold on, let's pull it up here. So the winner of the match was Randy Orton, Team SmackDown. And look at that. This is SmackDown. This is why, Danny. This right here is why. we didn't freaking they had who they had in the match. You want Simon Dean in there? You want Funaki?
Hardcore
I love
Holly.
Nunzio, but you want Nunzio?
I don't know. I just think
There
it
were
was so
people
fucking
dressed up like
lopsided.
Chippendale dancers there too in the back.
Yeah, they had the
That's Simon Dean. I just feel like it was like too lopsided. I didn't like how it was
Yeah, they had the male
mid-card guys
strippers.
against world, main event player level guys. Like any of the guys on the SmackDown team,
Funaki.
they could have main evented any single fucking PLE around this time. The Raw
All right,
side, you
well,
couldn't have.
All right, well, we
Yeah.
know how you feel about this. So Randy Orton wins. They lift him up. And what do we get? The Undertaker coming out of a flaming casket. And let me
He
tell
looked
you.
like he just came out of a parent-teacher conference.
Well, the Undertaker came
I'm
back.
not even a parent. I found that funny.
And Taker made his return. And honestly, I love the ending to the Survivor Series with Undertaker coming back out of the casket because the feud with Randy Orton 05 was legendary. One of my favorite Orton feuds of all time was with Taker. And pretty much at No Mercy in the handicap match with Randy and his father, they burnt the casket pretty much. And Taker coming back into a fired casket in the best shape of his career. I freaking love this. And this built like this was perfect because then it led to Armageddon, Hell in the Cell, Randy versus Taker.
I will say that I will say this is one thing that I feel like WWE nowadays is fucking lacking.
They are missing the cliffhanger.
having the main event happen and whatever, and then like having a really massive cliffhanger to the point to where like, oh shit, like I wasn't gonna watch Raw, but I gotta watch.
You
Raw,
have to watch it.
SmackDown to
yes,
figure out what's
you have to find out what's going on. The last
At least
time
we
they
all
do,
can agree on that.
Honestly, they only do that maybe once a year now.
The last time they did
the
that,
Raw
I
after
feel like
WrestleMania, or maybe even after Royal Rumble.
The last time I feel like they did that was when Punk returned, because like you had to watch Monday Night Raw to figure out like why like Punk is back. What the fuck? Because he didn't say anything during on his return to the WWE after all these years.
Well, you did have Brock Lesnar recently come back, and they did the stare down with him and Cena, even though it led to
nobody
nothing
gives
good.
a fuck about Brock Lesnar. Be
that
honest.
no, you cannot say that. You cannot say that. You
I'm
might not
saying
give
right
a
now,
fuck about
I don't
him.
give
You
a
might
fuck.
not give him a fuck.
Bro,
I don't give a fuck.
when
But at
Brock
the end of the day,
Lesnar
Brock
came
Lesnar is
back-
still a draw. Lesnar is still a box office draw.
No lie, when Brock Lesnar came back, the following day, all everybody talked about was this guy's back when he was in a sexual assault lawsuit during the whole, John L. Grant. Like that's all anybody fucking remember.
Okay,
from
but the
Brock
crap.
Lesnar.
I'm not talking about the internet community. I'm not talking about the IWC. I'm talking about the people that actually matter that were there in attendance. Lesnar got a massive pop during
I also heard he also got booed as fuck too.
I'm sure he did, but he got a reaction. At the end of the day, in this
Somebody
business,
got hurt from his
reaction,
pyro
you're
too.
doing something.
When he
I did hear
returned,
that.
yeah, one of the flares.
Like, trust me, I'm not the biggest Lesnar fan in 2025. But at the end of the day, Lesnar is still a box office.
But you can't
He's
say
still a
Brock
draw.
Lesnar coming back was bigger than fucking CM Punk coming back.
I'm not saying that.
CM Punk
Did I say Brock Lesnar's return was as big as CM Punk? What I was trying to say was it was a cliffhanger. That's what we're talking about here. The Undertaker returning at Survivor Series 05 was a cliffhanger. It made people want to tune in. It didn't make you want to tune in with Brock Lesnar showing up, but I'm sure it made somebody else want to tune in.
And beating the hell out of John Cena was not like, oh, I got to figure out.
Thank you, Bradley. Brock Lesnar is still over.
Brock Lesnar needs to go back on his farm.
Over his feet because he fell on his ass.
Fuck.
Reactions move needles. I agree. And I'm like, let's get back to what we were talking about. We all agree that we need to have cliffhangers at the end of these PLEs, right?
Yes.
Over. That might be the next merch.
Brock
that might be
Lesnar's
the next
not
shirt.
All right, I just got some eyelashes or something.
That's okay. That's okay, Dan. But
I'm
now
not crying over
let's.
Brock Lesnar.
But now let's rate the show because I already know the Maniacs. They want to get into the Survivor Series predictions, and I want to too. So what are we giving this out of 10? The Survivor Series.
I'd probably give it 3.5, maybe 4.
Damn!
You
You fucking hater, dude. Wow. You fucking haters with that hate? Fucking tater hater. God dang.
That's the Danny I know. I've been waiting for this Danny for months.
The one redeeming match on the card was the Triple H and Ric Flair match. Like,
Straight up, I asked for the rating. Didn't even take a breath. 3.5.
There was barely a pause. Like, barely any radio silence in between. Damn.
Oh my god.
I'll
Danny's
give it the benefit of the
ruthless.
doubt of like a 2.5. Holy shit.
Because when this
ruthless aggression.
when this show got recommended, I was like, "Oh my god, bro, this shit's gonna be a banger!" Like,
Dan Eddy's got a bug in his eye.
They wouldn't have recommended something that was gonna be mid. Then I watched it, and it was mid as fuck.
Eyelashes not going away, guys. Sorry.
Dan is on the
Definition
money.
of mid, bro. Capital MID. The fuck?
That's why I want the 6.5. It's in the middle of the fucking 10 scale.
Well, I'm
dude.
going with a 4, bitch. This show was.
Oh, you
absolute
improved.
ass.
You said 3.5 before. We convinced you to go up half a
This
point.
show reminded me of like a fucking episode of Dynamite.
Don't go that far. Okay, the Flair and Triple H match was a classic.
There's
Come
usually
on.
always one match on Dynamite that I find amusing. The
All
rest
right,
of
this
the
Survivor
show can go
Series.
fuck itself.
This Survivor Series, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I think that's fair. And the reason I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 is because the last man standing match was, for me, I would have given it a 5-star. That's how much I enjoyed it. And the Team Survivor Series match, I also really enjoyed as well. That's the reason I'm giving it a 5. The other stuff could have been better.
We should ask Rage what he thought, just like in the chat or something.
Well, he would give it a 10. Like, this is the one he
That's
wanted to
true.
review.
That's true.
3.5.
He was hyping this show up. He's gonna be hella mad if he comes back and rewatches this. He's gonna be like, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
What Royal
Royal
Rumble?
Mid.
Honestly, what Royal Rumble should we do? I know we're probably not going to pick it right now, but like, what
Yeah,
Rumble?
I would have to look back. I don't know. I can't think of one. right
Yeah.
now.
Because I'll tell you right now.
I would do either like 2000 or 2001.
Ooh, I
Those
like
Royal
that.
Rumbles were fucking.
Well, but one
bangers.
of my all-time favorite Rumbles was 1998. But I don't
Is that
want
the
Danny.
Rumble
I don't want
Vince
Danny to. I don't want Danny to shit on it and give it a 3.5.
Just whatever. Let's
So
just let
honestly,
Danny
I might have to
pick.
go with what Danny's gonna pick. I agree.
Let's just let Danny pick and then just fucking hate on it. You know, just oh, it's a
Yeah,
1.5.
I'd give it a
Bro,
5.
Fuck it.
Mark
Bro,
gives
if
it
it's
a
Worst
6.
Rumble
2000
ever.
or 2001,
But
there's
guys,
nothing you can hate
Danny
on.
gives it a 3.5. We need to get you a 3.5 shirt.
I'm gonna give his Royal Rumble a 2.0.
Meltzer
just
giving
have
5
shirts.
stars to the Young Bucks.
you
Danny
should-
giving 3.5s to the
Bro.
WWE.
We should just have shirts made of all the wacky sayings that I say, and we can just sell them on Pro Wrestling TV.
Well, I got one of my wacky sayings on a shirt, which you can get linked down in the
There
description
you
box
go.
below. Grind
The
is
grind
real.
is real. Truth to that.
Well, honestly, I had a lot of fun doing this.
The Rumble
putting over-
AJ
I did
Styles
too.
made his debut. Bro, why do you guys always want to watch out mid-ass shows, man?
That's a good one.
Bro,
Anyways.
WWE around that time was absolute ass.
Danny's gonna give
Just
it a
because
2.5
AJ
instead of a
Styles-
3.5.
Just because AJ Styles debuts on that show does not mean it's an automatically a good show. Now, Royal Rumble 2000 or 2001, bro, outside of the whole fucking that comedian fucking eliminating himself in 2001, like that Kane had like the longest fucking Rumble entry in for years. Like he held the
Most
record. He was-
eliminations in a Rumble match. Yep.
Yeah. So
All right. Well, that was fun putting over Survivor Series 05. But next week, we're going to get back into our regular Getting Put Over segment.
I think this was
And-
the harshest I've ever been to something we put over. I don't
Yeah, I don't think you. I remember you giving.
I don't
anything
think
a
you put it
3.5.
over. You should have sat this one out.
You're putting it under.
But next week's Getting Put Over, we'll finally be putting over EC3. So, boys, please do your homework. Like, we should have done this.
I'll
a few weeks
do
ago.
it. I'll do it.
Good thing they have a bunch of.
I'm
those
giving him a
classic,
chance.
We need
TNA
some
shows
over
on,
merch, I
the
agree.
YouTube channel.
Over. All right. Well, with that being said, now let's get into the official WWE Survivor Series predictions. And we're going to play the video, the hype, one more time because we're crowning a new We Are Wrestling champion. So if you guys didn't see the intro of the show, here you go. Last week on the We Are Wrestling podcast, Rage had to vacate the We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship.
Easy way to say it, but I'm going to be heading out for a while. I don't know how long. I never thought I'd be one of these people already. Like, I didn't think that a podcast would ever have somebody relinquishing a title before the reign was even over. But I am no longer your We Are Wrestling champion, and you will have a guaranteed new champion come Saturday. I don't know how long this thing is going to be, but I'll see you when I get back, whenever that is.
This title means you're the best. If you want to be champion, you got to know what you're talking about. This week on a special We Are Wrestling podcast Survivor Series War Games 2025 predictions, we have 3 challengers going for the Predictions Championship. The stakes have never been higher. Best one, Donnie. The host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself. That's what he claims to be.
I am the listener here tonight!
First ever We Are Wrestling champion. He's not afraid to share his opinion, whether it's popular or not. Will that cold, hard truth help him capture his second We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship? All right, well, the champ will take over here. I'll let you shine my belt before Wednesday. Daddy Huckins, the one who wakes up thinking about wrestling all day long, arguing with the trolls in the IWC. Watches the weekly shows every week live on his YouTube channel, Daddy Huckins PW. All those hours watching the full shows. Will it pay off? Will he win his first We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship? And there is the new guy, Dan Eddy, who is also a former We Are Wrestling Predictions champion. He's got a lot to prove. There's no better way of proving yourself than winning the We Are Wrestling Predictions Championship. I hope you're ready for an interesting episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. All right, well, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to get into our official WWE Survivor Series War Games 2025 predictions. And before we get into it, we do have some new rules that we're going to share now that the championship will only be defended during the 5 big WWE PLEs, which is Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and of course, the Survivor Series. And obviously, with WWE only having 4 to 5 matches per PLE, we want to make things interesting and not have ties, because that's something we did have in the early days of the championship. So to avoid that, here are the rules. Just like our old predictions, every match we get correct, we earn 1 point. Now, you can score extra points by predicting who in the War Games matches get the pinfall and pinned. So, for example, if you predict Becky pinning AJ, if Becky scores the pinfall on whoever, that's 1 point. If AJ Lee gets pinned by anybody in that match, that's 1 point. But if you predict the right combination of who gets the pin on the person, that's a bonus 3 points. Each of us will make one return prediction in the middle of it, because we do have 4 matches on this card. So in the middle of the predictions, we will share who we think is going to return. And if we get it correct, that's 3 points. So pretty much whoever has the most points by the end of Survivor Series will be crowned the new We Are Wrestling Predictions champion. Any questions, boys, before we get into the predictions?
No.
So we get, well, I got one question. So we get one return guess the entire night.
Yes.
All right.
Doesn't have to be a specific match. Doesn't have to be a specific moment. One overall return.
Gotcha.
Anybody, it could be in-ring return match. It could be coming in, helping somebody win. Backstage, spotted in the crowd. a return. So somebody that hasn't been on WWE TV for quite some time. I know Brian Cutler has been saying Liv Morgan possibly coming back. So let's say you say her, they show her in the crowd. That means she pretty much made a return.
But
So,
when you say show her in the crowd, like if she's just like somebody watching the show, does that?
Well, no, they have to obviously put the camera on her with like her name at the bottom. Like they have to do that.
But that doesn't count as a return though. That just means she's there. I think like return would be like somebody interfering or somebody coming out with their entrance theme or something. Not just sitting there and watching the show.
Triple
Like
H,
they bought a ticket and everything.
But here's the thing, though. Triple H, he does like to do debuts and returns by having somebody in the crowd, and he puts the camera on them, and then that's like been his like secret formula.
Yeah, but one of the only people that he's done that.
I think that'd be a cheap way to go, though.
Julia.
All right, so we're not going to count that then with the crowd.
If they're just showing them in the audience, like say, "Oh, they got a ticket. I'm watching the show," and they don't interfere, I don't think that's considered a return. I think that's just oh yeah, she's there. Okay, cool. Or he or she is there, you know. I think that's probably not a way to say, oh, there's a return.
Okay, yeah.
So here, if Donnie, if you
somehow
if they interview with the match or they have a moment besides them just panning the camera on them, then okay, that would be
okay. But backstage counts though, right?
Yeah.
Backstage segment. Okay, good.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
All right. Well, we got the rules all situated because I don't want there to be any controversy here. We need to crown a new champion
Danny.
After the Survivor Series. So here we go, and we're going to start off with the Women's War Game match. We have Team AJ versus Team Becky. On Team AJ, we have AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. Over on Team Becky, we have Becky Lynch, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. What's our thoughts on this War Games match, on the build-up, and we'll talk about that, and then after we'll get into who we have winning, and the combination, of course.
All right, so as far as the build for this match, I think this is one, besides the Stephanie Vaquera and Nikki Bella match, this is probably one of the weakest builds. You know, you had the whole Charlotte Flair saying, "Oh, you know, I don't trust Rhea. I don't want to be a Rhea." And then that following Monday, you know, 3 days after, she's like, "Okay, I'll team with you again." You know, I don't feel like they really put too much time and effort into like really like telling this story. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to the match, but I'm not looking forward to the match at the same time. It's just, I feel like this is one, like, I understand they need a women's War Games match. I don't understand why, but they do. I do feel like
because they deserve it.
If they were to bring back the traditional Survivor Series match, I feel like this match would have fit a little bit better than the men's, you know, because there's more at stake with the men than there is with the women.
I mean, that's given though. It's inevitable. The way they booked this shit.
Yeah, but for the most part, the women are the best thing on WWE TV most times.
I agree. That's the thing that they need to change. Yeah.
The story is just lacking. Like, you know, nobody really cares about anything that's happening outside of AJ Lee and Becky Lynch being added because of the history that they have with each other. Like, nobody cares.
I will say I kind of agree with you on this one because it just seems like this is a way to just keep people relevant on WWE TV, because I feel like Rhea Ripley has kind of lost a lot of momentum since losing the title. And then, of course, like they're trying to build up some momentum with Asuka and Kairi Sane as the tag champs, taking it away from Charlotte and Alexa. They've been building that relationship. Now they're bringing in Lash Legend and Nia, which I like the pairing. But this is a way for them to maybe start a program with one of these tag teams. So it does feel like it is being a filler in a way, except for AJ and Becky, of course, because that makes sense.
I think there's more long-term storytelling in this match compared to like fitting in. So I think in terms of like what we were saying with the Survivor Series 2005, they were getting new people a chance. They're getting, you know, there's storylines developed. I think it's more on that aspect, but people see it like in a vacuum. They're thinking, oh, well, it's just sort of like bland. I think the more like the longer term, like long term, you look back at this match and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, that was a great idea to have this person in there or that team in there. So I think in the way this match has been built up may have been a little better, but I think the storylines themselves, the Easter eggs, the seeds have been planted, and like looking back at this match, like years or whatever, maybe even months later on, I think it's a good idea. Because Triple H like just slow cooking,
He loves the slow cook. I don't even know how he's going to get a turkey made tomorrow.
I just feel like
he started in August.
The War Games match is about the
Probably
is all about like legitimately going to war with each other, and it's just like they haven't done much to really build intrigue for that.
Hollow cards, triple fraud, shake my head. Well, I will share my thoughts on this. Like, I just think that it does feel like a filler match because, like I said before, Rhea Ripley, even Io Sky, like she's lost a lot of momentum as well. So I think that this is just a way to get people on the card. I wish like we would get like Lyra Valkyria in here. I wish maybe we would have gotten.
I'm
like,
surprised
Roxanne
Lyra
Perez,
and Bailey are
Raquel
not
Rodriguez.
in it because Bailey's from California.
Bailey.
She's from there.
Yeah,
She's
around
from
San
San
Diego.
Jose. Yeah, San
pretty
Jose.
close. But yeah. So with our predictions now, here's who I have winning the match. I'm going Team AJ. That's who I got winning. Who do you have, Team AJ or Team Becky? And then we'll get into the combinations.
I gotta go with Team Becky, because I feel like Alexa Bliss is gonna end up costing. She's gonna end up turning on Charlotte Flair, and that's gonna end up costing in the match. So that's what
interesting. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go with Team AJ too.
All right. Well, there we go. So you and I, Dan Eddy, we got Team AJ. Danny, you got Team Becky. But now the most important question that can earn you 3 bonus points for the We Are Wrestling Predictions Champion. Who do you have pitting who?
We can only pick one combination.
So let me pull up the graphic once again. Yes, only one combination.
All right.
So here is the card right here. We got Io Sky, we got Rhea, AJ, Charlotte, Alexa versus Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. So I think my combination that I'm going to go with here, let me see. I think, damn, this is tough for the women.
Honestly, yeah. I don't know. I'm considering switching teams, to be honest. I don't know. Go ahead. You do your thinking. I'm gonna think too.
I could honestly see Becky pinning AJ because AJ pinned Becky at WrestlePalooza, if I remember correctly. So I could see that happening.
All right, so you got Becky pinning AJ. Okay. I'm writing this all down in my notes so we have it. We have it all. All right, so I think I'm going to have to go with
Submit and Surrender. I think that's only Blood and Guts, right? That's supposed to be like...
the surrender part, yes. Submission, that also is a thing. But if you get the combination right, whether it's a submission or pinfall, that's still the bonus. You get the 3. But I think Kairi is going to be the one to get pinned. And I think it's going to be Rhea. Rhea's going to pin Kairi. That's what I'm going to go with.
Are we picking the pin that wins the match or just the pin that happens during the match?
The pin that wins the match, I think.
Yep.
The win that wins the match?
Yeah.
Fuck. Damn.
So pretty much like if Kairi is the one that gets pinned, I got a point right there.
Okay.
By the way, guys, this is our first time. I just want to put a disclaimer to the audio listeners. This is our first time doing this new format. So going into Rumble, WrestleMania, we're going to be a lot more prepared for this moving forward. Because I did just put these rules on these guys earlier this afternoon.
Today, by the way. Today.
Yeah.
Well, behind the curtain here, you guys.
I
by the way, 3 hours before the podcast. Oh, by the way, this is our new format.
Not 3 hours. I gave it to you 6 hours.
I actually don't mind it because
I do wake up at 11 a.m., so
it
that's
makes it
fair.
a little bit more interactive, you know?
And it makes it more
It
challenging. This is a
It
freaking
does.
championship we're going after.
I'm
This title is
stumped.
more prestigious than anything WWE and AEW have right
I'm
now.
fucking stumped, dude.
100%, bro. We have better storytelling on this podcast than they have on their weekly shows.
All right. So I'm just kind of eliminating people that don't really have that much of a storyline like to end the match on, so I can eliminate Lash and maybe Nia. I want to fuck. Damn. I might not get the 3 points, but I'm gonna say
I think I'm pretty much spot on with my theory.
that sucks too because I was going to pick that combination.
Charlotte walked away from Alexa Bliss because she didn't trust Rhea, so that would make sense for Alexa Bliss to turn on Charlotte, and then AJ pinned Becky at WrestlePalooza, and then so Becky pinning AJ. That just makes sense.
I think it could I think it could create some turmoil during the match, but I don't think it's gonna culminate to like how they lose the match.
Because I think AJ and Becky, like my prediction is AJ and Becky are gonna like get themselves like out of the match somehow. Like they're gonna do a crazy spot to where like they're both like out of sight. Because I think the goal here, because there's so many tag teams in this War Games match, they're gonna do something there with the tag teams.
I think that's why Io Sky's in it. She's gonna do another fucking moonsault with a trash can. I guarantee it.
Oh, that's good.
In order to get Alexa Bliss in the YS6, which I do believe the direction that they're going to be heading, you got to find a way to break her and Charlotte Flair apart.
Yeah,
and I feel like this is how you do it. And I could see
Angelo in the live chat. They usually like to have big stars eating the pins in these matches. Liv took the pin last year. Solo and Priest, the leaders of their groups, took the pin. All right.
So,
well, Dan, what do you got? What's your combination?
Damn.
Because we do got to move forward.
So I do. We do. So I'm going to actually. You picked Team AJ, right, Donnie?
I did, yes.
So I'm gonna actually pick Team Becky.
All right.
And make it official. I'm gonna say that's my final answer, and I'm gonna say Becky pins AJ.
All right.
Becky pins AJ to win.
Now the only question is, if me and both Dan Eddy are correct on this, how, like,
if it ends up being a tie, like for the championship, like let's say it determines you guys are both tied at the end of the show, you would get the championship, I feel like, to be fair, because you were the one to make the call right away. Dan Eddy did have AJ at first winning. We can agree on that, right?
I feel
that's
like
how I'm going to lose the championship because I go back and forth in my opinion.
Danny was firm from the beginning.
I was first.
And he did. It's not about the first thing.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and make a flip a quarter that has a scratch on it. Okay,
Bro,
that's not a full quarter.
Remember when Chris Jericho and China were co-intercontinental champions? I feel like this.
But I really don't think like we're gonna get into that scenario where where there's a tie. All right.
So you might take a quarter and like make a scratch on one side and then make it not count because it's not a full quarter. Okay. I made my final answer. I'm gonna pick Team Becky. That's not how I should not lose it because I was hesitant on it.
Well, we can't have ties, all right?
We'll figure out something.
It's okay. We'll
do
figure
like
out
a live forward.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next match here on the card. The match that I think we all know it's going to happen. It is for the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Stephanie Valkyrie defending her title against Nikki Bella. Danny, bury it. Let's go.
You know, the thing about this match is it's kind of interesting. Like, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it should be happening on the show. But I remember Nikki Bella recently in an interview. She said that this was going to be her final run in WWE. If I know Triple H as well as I think I know him in the way that he books matches and stories or whatever, I could honestly see somehow Nikki Bella beating Stephanie Valkyrie for the title. Like, just knowing knowing that Nikki Bella, this is like her final run in WWE ever. Like, after the contract, she's done.
Please pick Nikki. I'm begging you. Please.
I could see it.
Please. Let's make it official. Come on, Danny. Give it to Nikki. You know you want to. You can look, but you can't touch.
All right, I'll go Nikki Bella, man. I gotta.
Let
What
me
do you
just
got, Dan?
say, if Danny gets that correct, please somebody clip this and
I
show
should.
Donnie next week.
Nikki's not winning the fucking
if
title.
if I get
No
that correct,
way.
I should automatically be the champion.
Yeah, you fucking should.
I'm going Stephanie Vecchier.
Yeah, me
Final
too.
answer.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, imagine that actually did happen. That would be kind of crazy.
Donnie, I
watch
I
Nikki
expect,
win. Donnie's gonna be pissed off for 2 reasons.
Bro, I got. If I get that correct, you need to fucking praise me on next week's podcast.
I won't promise you that, but maybe.
Grab his dick and twist it.
But there's no way. There's no way. But then again, Triple H
Give me
really
a
doesn't
rub and
care about
tug.
the IWC stuff.
The
so.
old dick twist.
Give me a Dutch rudder.
Oh, I forgot to say that in the Getting Put Over, dude. Ric Flair loved to freaking tug and twist Triple H's dick throughout that
Oh, I forgot about that. I was going to bring it up today even.
match.
Damn.
He kept grabbing his dick during that match.
Grab his dick and twist it. Oh, my God.
Playing Bop It with it.
This is the POV
Alex
fight,
Twist
dude.
Johnson, that's
Pull it.
I could see a heel turn happening too, which is why I said it makes sense for Alexa Bliss to turn on Charlotte Flair.
She did, but I just don't see it happening. They're not going to bury Stephanie like that. Come on. They're not doing
I mean, it's
that.
not necessarily burying Stephanie.
This is a way to get Stephanie over
took-
as champion.
They had Maxine beat Becky Lynch for the title.
Oh, yeah. But this is a different situation.
I mean, the
How is
match
it
is
different?
being take place in San Diego, so I don't know.
How is it different? You got to think about that. They could easily have somebody interfere, somebody that doesn't like Stephanie Vaquer. She can cost, and they can. I mean, if Stephanie Vaquer loses the title by somebody like costing it to her, like
Yeah,
her
she doesn't
getting
get buried.
distracted or getting hit or whatever, that's not going to bury her.
But I don't know. I think Triple H likes his long-term like title run, so I think he's gonna let
The long
her
term,
have it.
the long term storytelling of John Cena having the fucking belt for 2 weeks and then losing it. Like you gotta think about it that way, man.
Never, no, you don't, because they just want Cena to be Grand Slam champion. There's nothing to overanalyze with that. But with that being said, so real quick to confirm, you got Nikki, Danny, and Dan and I. We both have Stephanie. All right.
If I get that right, bro, I'm automatically champion.
Maybe Julia interferes. I could actually see that. But now let's get into our one bold return prediction. Who do we have returning?
Go ahead, Danny.
Liv Morgan. I think she helps Dominic retain the IC title or get back the IC title by costing John Cena. That's a way to get the title off of John Cena without making him seem like he lost straight one-on-one against Dominic Mysterio. And you get Liv Morgan back on TV, which I heard is going to be happening very soon. Instead of happening at the Rumble, have her return now, and they can build up the tension within the Judgment Day between her and Roxanne. Roxanne wins the IC title against Maxine Dupree, and then eventually it's going to lead to a story of Roxanne defending the title against Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan winning the Intercontinental Championship.
I really do like that Liv Morgan answer. That's a good one.
Damn it. Donnie, you go.
All right. I'm trying to think of something different. Like I do feel like Liv Morgan is gonna come back because that does make sense for Dirty Dom to win. I do like that prediction a lot. I don't see Jericho. I don't see it happening yet. Not with Survivor Series. But then again, like they like to do big returns.
Jericho has been spending a lot of time in the West Coast. He's been in Vegas the last couple of days, and like he has been around. So, you know,
I'm going on WWE.com right now just to look at the superstars because maybe I am like forgetting somebody. Let's see here. WWE roster.
Who on the roster dislikes John Cena and could potentially help Dominic? I just don't
if
see
it's
John
anybody,
Cena
if
going
it's anybody,
into
it's Liv Morgan that's gonna help him. Like I
Right,
think
you
you're
don't
really, I think you're onto something.
because they've said that I've heard reports that she was out for filming purposes, but she was also injured. She's going to be coming back very soon. So I mean,
return. This is wow. This is actually kind of tough. Because at the end of the day, WWE's probably going to disappoint us, and they're not going to have anybody come back.
The only thing you really have to take in consideration is WWE really going to have John Cena lose his last 2 matches? So if he loses on Saturday, I don't see him losing his final match, which is usually, you go out on your back most of the time. So like you got to take that into account as well.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking I do think if it's anybody, it's going to be Liv who gets involved with the return. Kevin Owens. I don't see that happening. I think it only makes sense if it is Liv.
It's not going to be Kevin Owens because he just recently had neck surgery.
I know that. I think I might have I actually think I have a bold prediction. I think for who's going to return.
All right. Go ahead and say it.
And this is just a Hail Mary, and I do think the Liv Morgan thing is going to happen, but I'm not going to try to copy Danny here. I think we can see Chad Gable.
Don't get me started, Angelo. Don't get me started.
Chad Gable returning as El Grande Americano, the legit one.
Something, because Dirty Dom has had help from El Grande Americano. So maybe we get Chad Gable involved.
And you're saying specifically Chad Gable?
What if Chad Gable returns or whatever, and, he's flustered by all these, like the character that he came up with or whatever. Like, I'm just trying to think of a storyline like to where like he comes back, tries to proclaim his story of being El Grande Americano, but Kaiser and all these guys took over or whatever, and he's just like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't know.
So what do you got, Dan? Who do you guys your bold return?
Now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of anybody who has been off TV.
Ooh, I don't know. Actually, now that I'm looking at the roster page, there is somebody else I have in mind that I think is going to be better.
Who?
I think Randy Orton. He can get involved in the War Games match. I think I'm going to go Randy Orton.
Fuck.
How could he get involved in the War Games match, though? I mean, he could climb over the cage, but I don't know.
Hey, we could always get an old school attack. Maybe he attacks Cody Rhodes, writes him out of the match.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to
live.
That's a good one.
I think I'm going to go Randy.
That is a good one. Fuck.
Which I just realized Angelo just said it here in the live chat.
Jacob Fatu, you could go with Jacob Fatu. He's on
Dan Eddy probably will be Edge.
No, Edge would be his last opponent. I want to know where Jacob Fatu would fit in, though.
Are you kidding me? Look at Drew McIntyre is framing him. Or he thinks Drew McIntyre is the one that took him out when it wasn't. Obviously the Usos, Roman, you don't think he fits in there?
That's true. That's a good point.
Man, and they said he was going to be back. They said he was going to be back more towards December. He was out for fucking dental surgery. How long does it take to recover from dental surgery?
Oh, there's somebody in mind, but I'm not gonna say the person's name.
Bro, if you have you gotta throw it out there.
Fuck you! If you honestly, Dan, you want Randy Orton? I'll give you Randy Orton because I think I have a way better one now.
Who's that?
I got Bianca Belair. That's who I'm going with. Final answer.
Damn.
What is she gonna do though?
Something. I don't know.
I'm still going with Liv Morgan. It just makes too much fucking sense, and that's a good way to get the title off of John Cena, without seeming weak to lose the Dominic Mysterio one-on-one.
Hey, if you want Randy Orton, you can have him.
Oh, man. That sucks, dude. I wanted Bianca Belair, too. I just thought of her.
I just don't know what she would do. Would she be a heel or would she be a babyface?
Segment with Jade Cargill backstage.
I mean,
yeah, that's true. Damn it! It's my Jade.
Let's go!
Fuck!
So you can pick between Chad Gable or Randy Orton.
My only thing.
Don't you take my Jade away from me.
My only thing with that is
I'd go with Jericho.
Bianca Belair hasn't been seen since WrestleMania.
It doesn't take that long for an ankle injury.
Can I take
or whatever she has.
Can I take
No,
Bianca?
she broke like 3 or 4 of her fingers. She's
Okay,
been out,
finger, yeah, her
she's been
fingers.
out. She's been out since WrestleMania. If she is gonna return, I think they're gonna want to use her more than just having her in the backstage segment because I feel like people are gonna want
Survivor Series. That's a big PLE. Big
Damn.
return.
But
She can move her fingers.
She had beef with basically anybody in this women's war game match too.
I feel like a good spot for her would have been if they would have had Jade Cargill do like sort of like an open challenge or whatever, and then have Bianca Belair.
Yeah, but what if they have Jade Cargill in the crowd and then Bianca freaking comes out and then beats the crap out of her? That'd be interesting.
Donnie, you're a dick. Damn it. That's a
Let's go. All right, you got to pick somebody because we got 2 more matches.
Yeah, we do have 2 more matches. Fuck, I'm gonna have to go with Randy Orton.
All right, you're gonna go with Randy.
Damn it.
All right, so none of us have Chris Jericho.
No, I don't see Chris Jericho returning. Like, where would he? If he returns, it'd be like sort of like a CM Punk scenario where he comes out at the end of the show. Like he hasn't been on WWE TV in years, so he has nothing to do with anything that's on the show outside of maybe John.
Hey, they did CM Punk had nothing to do with the War Games match, and he made his return.
Yes, he came out at the end of the show, like I just
said. Imagine the end of the show, we get a cliffhanger. It's Jericho.
But people will be like, "Oh, he came back the same way CM Punk." You know, they would compare it to what CM Punk did. So,
yeah, but WWE likes to do the same shit over and over again.
I don't know. I mean, it's it could possibly happen. I really don't think so. Stop breathing into the fucking mic, you chode.
All right, well,
I'm
with that being
pissed.
said, let's get into our next match here on the card. For the WWE Intercontinental Championship, John Cena will be defending the title. Can't believe I'm saying that. Versus Dirty Dom.
I already gave you guys my prediction. So
Did
I
you?
like what they've done. I understand why they wanted to give Cena the title. You know, and like Dominic is just one of those guys. Like he is one of the best things on Monday Night Raw weekly, and like, you know, since he's become full time, like this man is a fucking workhorse, bro. Like at one time he was doing Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Now he's doing Triple.
Oh, don't forget the house shows.
Yeah, the house shows. I think what was it, 2024? He had like more matches than anybody else in WWE or something like that.
I want to say it was either that year or 2023.
I can't remember, but like
I think they did more house shows in 2023.
Dominic Mysterio is a fucking workhorse.
It was 2023 because NXT.
I do feel like, you know, putting Dominic in this spot is definitely like it's, you know, to give him the rub a little bit and, you know, legitimize the guy because believe it or not, there's still people that don't like fucking Dominic Mysterio for whatever reason.
Doesn't make sense.
But, you know, he's phenomenal at what he does, man. Like for somebody being his age, like he's only like 28, I think. Like
yeah, he's not even 30 yet.
He's not even close to hitting his prime, and he's this good. Like imagine when he's like 35. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Dominic Mysterio is phenomenal. Yeah, I like the match that he had with Cena on Monday Night Raw. It was fantastic. I understand why Cena won the title, but I do think he loses it. And by what I just said, I think Liv Morgan returns, and you know that's a good way. If Liv Morgan comes, you know, returns, distracts Cena, or like, you know, has an equalizer and hits Cena in the head, knocking him out behind the referee's back, like the referee's like in the corner, like, you know, fixing like the turnbuckle or something, and that'd be a good way for Dominic Mysterio to get the win. Because Dominic Mysterio is a heel, they always win by heel tactics, and that's a good way of getting the title off of Cena so he doesn't have to go into Saturday night's main event with the title, and that's one less thing you have to fucking worry about.
Angelo here in the live chat real quick. I couldn't care for it. Out of all the people, Dom was the one that got multiple matches out of John and Cena's lost Survivor Series. I'm the only one that doesn't care for him. Well, you must be the only one because I loved what they did here with the build-up.
R-Truth had more than one match with Cena this year, too.
That is true.
Positive.
But I actually really like this, and I did enjoy the segment we got this past Monday on Raw with the Mini Cena, Mini Stu. Thought that was entertaining. And just in general, I love that they gave John Cena the Intercontinental Championship. Still beating myself up that I had no money to go out to that Monday Night Raw and see it live in person because I had big event, Rhode Island Comic-Con. A lot of things happening in November. But in general,
John
Cena and Dirty Dom, I think that this match is going to be better than the Boston one. And I actually do believe Dirty Dom will win the championship because it just doesn't make sense. If Gunter wins the tournament, him going for the Intercontinental title, I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to beat Cena in the farewell match, and then we're going to go to Royal Rumble. Gunter's going to try to get his revenge back on CM Punk for breaking his nose, and it's going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think that's going to be the program. So it doesn't make sense logically for Gunter to win back the Intercontinental Championship when he already has the longest rating title run. And I feel like that's kind of like a step down.
And if Cena goes in with the IC title, it makes the match really predictable because he's not going to retire as champion.
Exactly.
You know? So,
and if this was AEW or Tony Khan, he would probably have John Cena win, and then they would vacate the title and do a tournament because he does do that unpredictability there. But Triple H would do the typical old school thing where the legend puts over somebody new, passing the torch.
Here's what I see for WrestleMania, Angelo. I see Punk versus Cody, and I see Braun Breaker versus Roman. That's what I see.
I want to see Braun Breaker versus somebody big. I don't care if it's Brock, Roman, as long as he wins and he gets that big match. That's all I care about. But who do you got in this one, Dan?
With the John Cena match, I have Dirty Dom.
Alrighty.
So that's the three of us, man.
Yep, we all got Dirty Dom Dom.
That's gonna be a fucking tie for if anything.
Now let's get into the unpredictable main event here, and I feel like this is what's gonna really determine who wins this championship because I could see literally every scenario happening here. With our main event match for the Survivor Series 2025 in San Diego, we have Team Roman versus Team Brock. And on Team Cody, we have Jimmy Uso, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. And then over on the Visions team, we have Drew McIntyre, Big Bronson Reed, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, and Logan Paul. Let's just get into who we have winning this match first. And for me, I'm going Team Roman.
I'm going Team Vision. And the reason why I'm going Team Vision is because I feel like they need momentum, going into the future and heading into WrestleMania season. And I feel like Team Punk or Team Roman, whoever the fuck is actually going to be the head person in charge of this group, they're not a legit tag team. So they could easily lose and then split apart and, say do whatever. But if you have Team Vision lose, I feel like that's gonna add a lot of tension within the Vision. I don't feel like they're in any closer than they were before about breaking up. So I kind of feel like Team Vision has to win.
Well, Omar's got Team Brock. Heels are winning. The match or show should end with Braun, Spear, and Brock setting up a Mania match. So here's my take on this. Because I think what's going to happen is there's going to be lots of tension with the Team Vision. Because I do think that Brock Lesnar is actually going to build a program with Logan Paul. And I think that Logan Paul, he's already getting under Brock's skin. And I think it's only a matter of time in the War Games match. Logan is going to piss Brock Lesnar off. And Lesnar is going to take him out, and he's not going to help Paul Heyman. And he's just going to walk out. And then I think that's why Team Roman is going to win this.
So I see both your guys' stories or ideas or opinions, whatever you want to call it. There's tension with both teams, and Donnie pointed out with Team Division Danny.
Yep, Logan's going to piss Brock off, and they're going to create a viral moment.
There's tension between Punk, Roman, and Cody, though. There's so much history between that.
Yep,
so
just like last year,
and don't
CM Punk and Roman were able to figure it out. And they're going to figure it out this year.
And don't forget, on Raw, Roman was like, that title would look a hell of a lot better on my shoulder. But he wasn't specific as though what title he was talking about.
Well, him and CM Punk couldn't even look each other in the eyes last Survivor Series. But then they shook hands.
They were like, what title are you talking about? And he was, as he was walking away, he was like, that's for you guys to figure out. So they're teasing something.
With
Yeah,
last
Bro-
year's
Bro-
Survivor
that's,
Series,
and that's the thing. Both Brock and Logan are heels. Yes, Angelo. Brock is going to be going back to being a face. Because
with
if you want
last
him to
year's
work with
Survivor
Gunther,
Series,
you want him to work with Gunther. You want him to work with these big guys like Braun Breaker. Somebody's got to be the heel. Somebody's got to be the face. And I don't see a Gunther or a Braun Breaker at this time being a face.
I think it was last year's Survivor Series when there's that moment when they open up the gate and CM Punk was about to head out, and then Roman blocked him and let, I think, Sami Zayn out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So was that last year?
Yes.
Pretty sure. Yeah. So there's tension even from last year's Survivor Series between Punk and Roman, adding on to what Danny was saying about from the Monday Night Raw segment. I don't think it just depends on where you feel you need to put the push on which team. And I feel like the team vision needs to push more because you have 3 champions on one team. Or no, 2 champions. You have Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. But you need more push for Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Logan Paul, I don't care. Drew McIntyre deserves his title shot. So he needs to get that push more. So I'm going to have to go Team Vision because there's too much tension between Cody and everybody else. Cody put in a great promo. I'm not going to lie. That was bars, like word for word or line for line. He threw out major heat with Paul Heyman and everybody else on the other team for the Team Vision. We haven't heard a fucking spit from Seth.
And I will say
where the fuck is Seth been at?
If anybody's going to turn on anybody on the Team Roman, I could see the surprise of Jey Uso turning heel.
Seth
officially.
Rollins won't be back until closer to WrestleMania.
But that's the only way I see. That's the only way I see division winning. And if somebody turns on somebody,
we think of a return as somebody who shows up, but this doesn't necessarily have to be in the match. Like they can just be a distraction. So.
Well, here's my combination. Here's what I have because I'm sticking to my guns with Team Roman here because I really do believe that Brock is going to walk out on this team. And I think that he is going to attack Logan Paul. They're going to create a viral moment because I think going into Royal Rumble in Saudi, remember this, in Saudi, we're getting Logan Paul versus Brock Lesnar. That way they don't have to put Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble. So I think that that's what we're going to get. So I'm sticking Team Roman in my combination because obviously Brock's going to walk out of the cage or Breaker will hit him with a spear after he hurts him. I think the person that gets the pinfall, CM Punk pins Logan Paul. That's my prediction. Team Cody, baby. That's what I'm with, Destry.
I am going Team Vision, and I'm going Braun Breaker pinning Roman Reigns.
Ooh, okay, you see, if that happens, Dan, and you get the bonus points, I won't even be mad because I like that.
As far as these predictions are going, I'm gonna need those points.
What's your combination, Daddy? What are you thinking? I like how unpredictable this main event one is.
I could honestly see Drew McIntyre probably pinning CM Punk.
Ooh, getting revenge on Punk.
Okay.
All right, Drew pins Punk.
Damn.
All right, so there it is. Anything else before we go over to recap here?
No, I mean, we don't know if they're going to end up adding another match on SmackDown or something like that.
Oh,
I'm not
perfect. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Disclaimer to any of the audio listeners or people replaying this predictions. We're recording this on November 26th, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So obviously, things could change within the taping of SmackDown. Never know if they already taped something at the headquarters or social media. So we don't know. As of right now, 4 matches are happening at Survivor Series.
I'm still stuck in this surprise return here.
4 matches also sounds about right because each of the War Games matches is going to take roughly about an hour. So
yeah, because you got like every 5 minutes somebody coming out. So like if you add that time up, yep, you're right. All right, so here is the official recap of the card.
And don't forget, Survivor Series starts at 7 o'clock, not 8 o'clock. So
7
o'clock.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which, thanks for the plug, because We Are Wrestling will be live Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, probably 6 o'clock. And we're going to have a whole living room filled with a bunch of We Are Wrestling guys. And it's going to be a good time. By all means, Dan Eddy, if you're watching the show, at any point, if you see something crazy happening or something, feel free to take your phone out and record your reaction because we can upload it to the channel.
How come Dan Eddy's not going to be joining you guys on the stream?
Dude, it's
I
gonna
live thousands of miles away.
That, and with our big PLEs, we usually fill up the best one living room with everybody. So for me, I'm already controlling the live chat, but I'm also trying to entertain the people that are over the house watching the show. So it's pretty much like if I have to also interact with somebody virtually, that's just another thing that's like, I don't know. I feel like I'll be missing out on the show. So it's
I'm
like
still
one less
pissed.
thing to stress out about.
I'm still pissing your return, Donnie.
But by all means, Dan Eddy, if you do see something crazy and you feel like something crazy is going to happen, take that phone out. Make sure you're holding it this way at yourself because it's the better view. Nice little content 101. For anybody that's a content creator that's watching this, never vlog like this. Don't ever do that. Vlog like this. So if you do, if you want to get your reactions and stuff, just let me know.
Hey, Dan Eddy could also go live on his Twitch. That could be like your comeback.
I have it maybe 80% set up.
Hey, Dan, you're the analytic research guy, so I'm gonna have you do this here real quick. Hey guys, can you all tell me what time Survivor Series starts in India? I've looked up, but I can't seem to find any credible source. That'd be really helpful. Trust me, we got the source. We got the source here. Dan Eddy, he's going to help you out right here. So just give him a minute while you do that. Here is the overall recap of everything that happened.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right, you'll be right back?
Yeah,
well, we'll be right here. Wow, I actually like the two way better. I think it's better with Danny out of it.
Yeah.
Do you guys miss Iron Man matches? Well, I miss them. AEW does a good job with the Iron Man matches. I wish we can get more of those. MJF and Danielson, one of my favorite ones. Dan Eddy right now is doing the research.
Not finding it.
If anybody in the live chat knows, feel free to put it in there. Always want to help a fellow We Are Wrestling Maniac out, especially international. Wow, it's been since 2018? Holy crap. Wow. No luck at all?
I mean, there's different types of places for India.
Well, what time is it? What time is it now? I was going to say, right now, we're live. It's 7:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where we are in the United States. So whatever time it is where you are right now, that's when Survivor Series is going to be happening on Saturday.
So it's 6:11 a.m. in India.
All right, so 6:11 a.m.
Yeah.
It's crazy with time zones. It blows my mind.
I know.
And I know I even confuse you as well when I say, "Oh, we're going live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time," because where you are, it's what, an hour ahead or hour behind?
I'm an hour behind you guys. I'm Central Time.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so around 6 a.m. it's going to be in India. But, all right. Well, let's give you guys the recap while Danny's away. He won't interrupt me. Speaking of Danny, say his name and he.
Ah!
I'm like Joe Hendry, bitch.
He's back. Damn it.
All right, so here is the recap. So, Danny, here was your official predictions for WWE War Games. So, with the Team Becky versus Team AJ, you had Team Becky. You have Becky pinning AJ. Moving on to the next match on the card for the Women's World Championship, You're probably the only one, the 1%. Nikki Bella, you have defeating Stephanie for the Women's World Championship. You have Liv Morgan returning. You have Dirty Dom winning the Intercontinental Championship back from John Cena. And then in the War Games match, you have Team Vision winning, Drew McIntyre pinning CM Punk. Everything sound right?
Yeah, man.
All
Sounds good to
right.
me.
All right, here we go. Dan Eddy. Here is your official predictions. Here we go. Starting off with the Women's War Games match, you had Team Becky, and you have Becky pinning AJ. Same prediction as Danny. Moving on to the next match, Nikki versus Stephanie. You have Stephanie retaining her world championship. Your return is Randy Orton.
Yeah, I gotta take care of something real quick. I'll be right back.
Yep, you're good. You do your thing.
Sorry.
Yep. All right. So then, of course, Dan Eddy, he's also has Dirty Dom winning the Intercontinental Championship back from John Cena. And then he also has Team Vision, Braun Breaker pinning Roman Reigns, which I actually really like that prediction. All right.
Especially if they're going to be setting up a match at some point.
All right. So here's my prediction here. So here we go. Starting off with the Women's War Games match. I actually have Team AJ winning. Rhea Ripley pins Kairi Sane. Moving on to the next match. I have Stephanie Valkyrie retaining her championship against Nikki Bella. My return, I have the EST, Bianca Belair. I think she's going to come back at Survivor Series in some way. Dirty Dom will defeat John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. And in the War Games match, I'm going with Team Roman, and I have CM Punk pinning Logan Paul. So that is our official predictions for WWE Survivor Series. So any combination in the War Games match that we get correct, that is 3 points. We have to get both of them to get the 3. But if we get the person that got pinned or the person that's given the pin right, that is 1 point each.
Okay, so I got.
All right.
That's
I got
actually.
the,
I don't know if you answered this, but that's actually a good.
What if it's a tie and you guys don't get the people who took the pin right? So if it ends up being like a tie, just in general with everything, I think we might have to determine like a tiebreaker with Cena's farewell match. Probably. Realistically. But I don't see it being a tie. I really don't see it happening. I'll tell you one that we're definitely not going to have a tie with, and that's Royal Rumble, because we're definitely going to be making some pretty interesting like rules for that. But we got some time to discuss that. But yeah, anything else, guys, before we close off this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast?
Nah, man.
So I got the time zone figured out.
All right, you did?
Yeah, so
let them know.
It's 7:00 Eastern in New York or something like that, or somewhere on the East Coast, whatever. It'll be 5:35 5:30 in the morning for that Sunday.
So,
Sure.
All right. Well, thank you for giving us the heads up there. Always want to help out a fellow We Are Wrestling Maniac. But there is one more thing before we close off this week's episode that I do want to discuss, because tomorrow, of course, is Thanksgiving. Almost forgot to mention this. I did say, Matthew, after the power of the poll, I would address it, but I forgot, because our chat, you guys are crazy and you guys are awesome. So I do want to talk about this because it is Thanksgiving tomorrow. He said, "Hi, We Are Wrestling. What's up? We are near to Thanksgiving. Are you excited for Thanksgiving, and what are you thankful for?" I think that this is the best way to close off this week's episode. So one thing that you are thankful for. And I want you guys in the live chat to also say something you're grateful for as well.
It's hard for me to narrow it down to just one, man. Like I'm grateful and thankful for my family, my kids, everybody is healthy and everybody's, happy. But also I'm very thankful for, the platform, whatever that we built. It's not like anything massive, there's always room for growth or whatever, but there's a lot of people that bust their ass and they don't have the kind of viewers that we have and the loyal audience, whatever, that tunes in every week or whatever. Like, not even just here on the We Are Wrestling podcast, but like your toy channel, my wrestling reactions, and so I'm just really thankful that people actually give a shit about what we have to say and what we do.
Yeah, and throughout the night, we've had some really good numbers like throughout this entire episode, and we did hit our highest point when Ricky Knows Best showed up.
Hey, he's a draw, man. He's over.
Over. Yes, Danny. I want to start hearing you say that on your live streams. Get it over. And maybe I'll give you a free shirt whenever I make one. What are you thankful for, Dan?
I'm just thankful for being here with you guys right now. I'm thankful for the wrestling maniacs that are in here every week. Like the fact that like what Danny was saying, that you guys give a shit about what we have to say is really awesome. Thankful for you, Donnie and Rage, for making the decision to even put me on the podcast. I've had tons of fun. Just thankful for Benson and Kona, the two dogs. If you ever see them in the background, little one's Kona, big one is Benson. And I'm just kind of thankful for people in my life in general. So
there's a lot of things that I'm thankful for, grateful for, because like Danny was saying, especially being a small content creator, especially for how long you and I have been doing this, because it goes all the way back to like 2009.
I started in 2010, October 2010. I made my first channel.
And I started August 8th, 2009. And as a small content creator, it's difficult to get the views. It's difficult to grow a loyal fan base like we've done here on the We Are Wrestling channel. Same with our own channels as well, because now I'm starting to get recognized even more with the toy stuff when I go out to Rhode Island Comic-Con and big event. So I'm really thankful for the community that we built, because I feel like we just have such an amazing group of people that do support us in what we do. And I always get to see the same people every week in the live chat. Get to see Angelo, get to see Eric, Alex Johnson, Josh Toy Show, who I also get to see at these conventions and shows, and Bradley, and so many other maniacs that we have in this community. And with the IWC being so toxic and negative all the time, I love the community that we have, because there's times where we get negative and we go on rants, but we also have a positive outlook on things. We respect one another's opinion. And that's what I love about this community that we've built here. I'm thankful for you, Danny. I'm thankful for you, Dan. And of course, I got to mention Rage. I'm thankful for him as well. You guys have sacrificed a lot of time, hard work, effort into making this podcast what it is today. We've been consistent for so long, doing these live episodes every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I know I'm the host with the most. I'm Mr. We Are Wrestling. But none of this with the podcast is possible without you guys to talk wrestling with. Because if it was just me, like yesterday with the extra, it would be boring. It would fucking suck. So I love getting on here, disagreeing with Dan Eddy when it comes to Jade Cargill, and freaking disagreeing with Danny with his 3.5 ratings on Survivor Series. And of course, Rage with his freaking delusional takes half the time. It's fun. And I love getting to do this show with you guys. And I get to bully you guys.
Yeah. And we've gotten this comment, a few different times since we've been doing these live podcasts, like, how watching us every week is sort of like an escape from reality, an escape from people's lives or whatever. And it's like same with us, regardless of like what's going on with your job, Donnie, or what's going on with you, Dan Eddy, or what's going on with me personally.
Shoot jobs are no joke, ladies and gentlemen.
It's fun coming on here like every Wednesday, knowing that we're going to be coming on here, once a week, and just forgetting all of our issues for a couple hours and just shooting the shit about pro wrestling, and
or 3.5.
It would not be,
I'm surprised we've kept this under 3 hours.
It would not be fun if we didn't have.
I'm thankful for that.
We've actually kept Danny in check this week.
Yeah.
Oh man. But the last thing I want to share that I am thankful for has to be my family and my support system, because I feel like I have such a great group of people who want to see me succeed, who every day believe in what I'm doing. My dad, my number one supporter, at his shoot job, always watching the podcast, listening to it on his iPhone, and then
Bro.
also going to the events, always wearing the shirts, handing out business cards. My dad is my number one supporter. My fiance, I'm so grateful for her because she gives me the opportunity to do this and supports me every step of the way. And of course, all the people that you're probably going to see in my living room this Saturday for the War Games watch along, because they've also been such a big support group. Because also, wait, and I just want to say too, and then I'll let you guys go, because my friends that I have right now in my life, Jungle Boy Jordan, Ricky Knows Best, just everybody in general that's in my circle, they all sacrifice I have to sacrifice a lot of time that I get to hang out with them because of this content, working a shoot job full time, be like focusing on my family full time, running 2 successful YouTube channels full time as well with my toy stuff and We Are Wrestling. A lot of the times I have to put my friends on the back burner, and those people that are going to be in my living room, I'm very thankful for, because a lot of people would just say, you know what, like, you know, like, screw you, but they want to see me succeed just like I want to see them succeed. So for that, I'm also very thankful for them.
And
I'm
thankful with,
thankful for bullying your friends.
I agree 100% when Donnie said that his dad is his biggest support system, because I'm gonna let you guys in on a little behind the scenes. I was recently editing a toy video that's gonna be out on the Best One Donnie toy channel, and who do I hear in the background going up to the clerk at the store? Best One Donnie is here filming a toy hunt. I mean, bro, that's like dedication right there. You know?
And I will tell you right now, like, one of my proudest moments, like, ever as a content creator, because throughout the years, like, you have people that always say, oh, this is just a dream, this is a crapshoot, like, you can never, like, make a living doing this. And I remember getting that first YouTube check. I remember it clear as day, and just remembering, like, how proud all these people were of what I did, especially my dad.
Paid?
maybe not.
Maybe. Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off what Danny was saying. Where you get to just kind of have this sort of distraction for a few hours, and the fact that I had you guys to talk, and Rage included, to talk wrestling about.
Love you,
I don't
Rage.
have that many. Love you too, Ben. Hey, love you, Rage. And I don't have that many people that I can actually talk wrestling about, like, in this depth. Like, I've had people that are like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. You know, I watched it back then." I'm like, "Did you remember?
Hey, John
do you
Smith.
remember like SummerSlam 2008 or something like that? What was your best match, like favorite match?" And that, like, I don't get to talk to people like that as far as like compared to talking to you guys. So the fact that I get to talk to you guys at least once a week, maybe check up on you guys, to hear from you, that's what I'm thankful to as well, because you guys, this definitely keeps me sane.
Oh,
compared to
absolutely.
real life.
100%. And, like, I'm so happy that you're a part of this now, Dan Eddy, because, like, at first I saw the potential, and immediately, like, I told Rage and Daddy, I was like, we got to keep Dan Eddy when Daddy comes back from his break.
I was worried at first, and you, like, you know, I was gonna keep this a secret or whatever, because, like, you know, but, like, I had never talked to you before, so I didn't know what our dynamic was gonna be like. I didn't know, like, because sometimes you work with people and you're like, fuck this guy, you know what I mean? So, like,
and I love that that's not the case.
So,
with
like,
any of us.
when Donnie said that he was gonna bring you on, like, I was 100% in agreement, because I was gone for a little bit. I was like, you know, I'd rather not be me and Dan Eddy alone for a while, whatever, just until we see what the dynamic was, because I didn't want the show to suffer because of it. You know what I mean?
Well,
but
and also
I'm glad that we get along and everything is.
And I love the relationship that you guys have built.
I think
as well.
I've dabbled into your live stream chats every now and then, but I don't think you kind of knew how I went about, like, talking about wrestling. So that's why I was kind of nervous too, because you have some opinions, dude. I'm not gonna lie, you have some opinions.
Hot takes, 3.5 Survivor Series 05 rating.
We got the Best One Donnie and a hot take Danny. Yeah, exactly. And but yeah, I'm thankful for, like, you know, us getting along, and the fact that Donnie and Rage even considered, well, first bringing me onto the podcast and keeping me around, because I don't think you and I talked about that, Donnie, at first when Danny was starting to make his way back.
Well, he was gone.
We didn't talk about that, and then I think it was either you or Rage that was telling me that you're gonna keep me on. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Had to, man. And I think that we've built we have such great chemistry, all four of us, and I love what we've done. And honestly, I cannot wait until Rage figures out what's going on and he comes back stronger than ever, because I feel like what we've built since the summer, I feel like we're really picking up a lot of momentum here, and I'm proud of what we've done, all of us, because it doesn't just take myself, it takes all of us in a way.
Whether we get our answers in,
it's not a run, it's a marathon, baby.
It takes an army to build an empire.
Exactly. But now let's share some of the We Are Wrestling Maniacs things that they're grateful for. Let's start off with Alex Johnson. I'm thankful for my parents, my sister, my animals, Jesus, and the We Are Wrestling podcast. Love that. Angelo in the live chat, family. Nothing is better than family. Josh Toy Show, I'm thankful I get to be a part of this podcast and the people in my life. I'm thankful for a lot in general. Absolutely. 1,000%. I'm thankful for a lot, which includes being a We Are Wrestling Maniac. We love that. Angelo, that's why I watch wrestling content creators, because I got no one to talk to about it. And that's exactly why we created We Are Wrestling.
I read that in such a sad way. I was like,
people that you see, okay, look,
but it's exactly true.
I have some friends that are into wrestling that will probably be there Saturday because they would just want to hang out with everybody. But then there's other people that do like wrestling, but they're casual fans. Well, myself, I'm an encyclopedia. I know the exact date, time, place of something that happened. And with you guys, I could go in depth and just completely mark out about little news that we're talking about here.
Over.
Eric is thankful for weed and hookers. I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Eric. Amen.
I'm actually thankful for this chili I'm about to consume later on right now.
Got to give you an Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
You got to go slow with it. But let's just plug a couple things before we close off this week's episode. The We Are Wrestling Survivor Series upload marathon is not over yet, because Thursday we have no videos because it's Thanksgiving, of course, but Friday, brand new House of Glory vlog. And then, of course, Saturday night, WWE Survivor Series watch along. And it's one of the big five. And I think Rage will be here watching it. So you guys will get to catch up with him.
He'll be there.
And a bunch of people are going to be coming to the Best One House. So it's going to be a really fun stream. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of insane content while everybody's over there. Danny will be live on his channel, Danny Huckins PW, for Survivor Series. So I hope you guys go back and forth. We need to show some love to Danny.
I'll be live for SmackDown
as well as myself.
So feel free to join us. We want to wish each and every one of you a happy Thanksgiving. Eat a lot of food and pass the fuck out tomorrow and watch, Christmas movies or whatever. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to eat a lot of turkey, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm actually excited.
And the thing I'm excited about, my shoot job Friday. I'm using my last vacation day of the year, so I'm excited. I got the day off. I'm gonna get all my Christmas shopping done during Black Friday. That's what I do.
I do Cyber Monday, but yeah.
Yeah, I do Cyber Monday as well. I don't really go to the stores. That's what I consider Black Friday, is going on Amazon, getting something next day.
Yeah, but I wanted to wish everybody else a happy Thanksgiving too as well. Thankful for you guys showing up every week, and thankful for everybody else that's involved. So hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving.
2026 is going to be a banger fucking year, and this podcast is going to explode like you've never seen it before, man. I'm calling it now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But a couple things before I say happy Thanksgiving to you guys. If you guys haven't checked out the Big Event New York vlog, it is up. I met a bunch of legends in Long Island, New York. Right now, you guys are blowing the video up. I believe as of right now, we're at 1.3 thousand views on this. So let's keep those numbers up. If you haven't checked out Rod Buddy's first time going to an indie show, it's a must-watch vlog. Same with the TNA Bound for Glory. But if you didn't check out the news, yesterday I did a whole live We Are Wrestling podcast extra, which is available on audio and, of course, the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel, talking about the Continental Classic, Nick Hogan possibly getting into the business, full gear review, all that good stuff is on that episode, and even talking about Stephanie McMahon's daughter. She was going to get into the business, but with the whole Vince thing, that was not the case. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. If you did, smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you want more awesome pro wrestling content and you're listening to this wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever it is, leave us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download this episode and all the previous episodes, I think going all the way back to episode 50. That's how long we've been audio, which is cool. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac, you're already over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content, live episodes of the podcast every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, watch-alongs for all the AEW pay-per-views and WWE PLEs, including Survivor Series this Saturday. Recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. The links are down in the description box below. You can go follow me over on my social medias, and you can go check out my toy YouTube channel, Best One Donnie, close to 3,000 subs over there. So if you're into wrestling figures, Nickelodeon, toy hunts, and you want to relive some of your nostalgic memories growing up, that's the channel to go to. And my merch is available now as well. Makes the perfect Christmas gift. Like, come on now. Like, who doesn't want to grind his real shirt? You can go follow Dan Eddy over on his social medias. He's posting clips on TikTok, Instagram, and of course, he is over on his own YouTube channel, Danny Huckins PW, where you get additional live watch-alongs, Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite, sometimes. Has to be live, Friday Night SmackDown, and of course, the pay-per-views. You're getting additional watch-alongs over there, and it's free. So go check out Danny's channel, link below. Dan Eddy, we have your Instagram, but if he doesn't like you, he won't accept your follow. So if you want to go follow Dan Eddy to see if you made the list or not, go follow him. All our links are down in the description box.
Also follow my Twitch, Dan_Eddy. Same thing you see here.
That he's not active on. All the links
Not
down
active.
below.
Well, when I return, it'll be a big pop.
But of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, before I say Happy Thanksgiving, I just got to say, Dan Eddy, fuck you. The Rams are number 1. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace out.